first thing I want to do is say I don't. Once again, I say this at the beginning of every video, basically whenever we have some kind of holiday or something like that going on, because I don't celebrate these American holidays. So there's a reason why it says Memorial Day in the title. Give me one moment, and I'm gonna get to it. So I don't particularly celebrate American holidays. We're not supposed to celebrate anything that's not in the scripture. So, but I do want to say something real quick because I think that people don't understand where. Uh, I just want to give a little bit of history on Memorial Day, and that's more of the reason why it's in the title, other than today just being Memorial Day. So everybody that don't know, Memorial Day was actually started by black uh freed slaves or civil rights guys. I mean civil rights, civil war, um, blacks that were freed. That's what actually started Memorial Day. It was then, I was gonna make a joke about how white people always see black people doing some shit, and then now they want to do it. I decided not to. In any regard, um, that was the origins of Memorial Day, and I think that that's important that we know because there's a lot of things um, that come from our community that the government has actually decided that they were going to take on as a policy, like government assistance to families that are poor families and things like that. The WIC program specifically. That was initially a thing that the Black Panthers did in their neighborhood. So I just wanted to point that out. And I'm not speaking about Memorial Day like go out there and celebrate Memorial Day. I'm speaking about it so you can understand the origins of it. So if you're out there and you are celebrating Memorial Day, you at least have a little bit more of understanding about how its origins came about. With that being said, today we got a little bit more to talk about DJ Envy. There was something that I wanted to talk with y'all about today. I didn't get to it. I was thinking about doing a live last night. So we pull up last night. This is the monologue, by the way. Give me up until about the 5 minute mark, and then we get to it. About the 6 7 minute mark. So shout out to Darkwing. So Darkwing pulled up with his youngest yesterday. I think that's his youngest. I don't know if he has like a kid that is in a baby seat. I have no idea. Like if he is like a newborn. But he pulled up with who I believe to be his youngest. Shout out to I don't want to say his name. I don't know if it's cool for me to say his name on here. But shout out to Darkwing and Darkwing Jr. So Darkwing the Third, because he has another son. Darkwing the Third. Shout out to Darkwing and Darkwing the Third. So the third. So they pulled up and they hooped out with us. We actually got some of it on camera. His son is you could tell he's teaching his son pretty good skills and about the game. So shout out to that. Let's clap it up for Darkwing. Anyway, I was gonna do a live last night. Darkwing asked me about it. He said, "Joe, we're doing a Tonight Show tonight." A lot of y'all asked me about a Tonight Show. It's I don't know. Anyway, so there was we was discussing something. I can't remember what it was, so that we were not allowed to talk about it this morning. So we will be talking about, just so we could be clear, we will be talking about DJ Envy situation. We will be talking about John Morant situation, NBA just in general. I got a couple of things that I want to speak about the NBA just in general, and I have a couple of things that I want to talk about sports. In uh, a specific thing that I want to mention about sports and about women's sports specifically. Um, so there's a specific thing that I want to mention. I might get into that first, by the way, because that's probably going to be the quickest thing. And I want to talk about Fat Joe, Joey Crack. I want to talk about him. So real quick, so you can understand the Joey Crack situation, the Fat Joe situation, and why it has him and DJ Akademiks at odds. Is because the other day DJ Akademiks does an interview with Little Dirk. During this interview, one of the things that happens is DJ Akademiks asks Little Dirk about the Gunner situation. When this happens, Fat Joe doesn't think that this is a good idea. Fat Joe doesn't think that this is a good idea. Shout out to Malik. Shout out to Little B from 1983. He says, "Top of the morning, everyone. Salute. Shout out to the Bay Area." So Little Dirk doesn't think. Oh, pardon me. He asks Little Dirk about Gunna and Gunna snitching. Fat Joe doesn't think that that's a question that he should ask, because what that's gonna do is that's gonna pit artists against each other that might currently not actually have a beef, even though they're not on talking terms. So he thinks that that's a bad idea. I would like to talk about some of the beefs that went on in hip hop just in general, and this is why Fat Joe is the cover art for our thumbnail. So I want to talk about the beefs in hip hop just in general, the old beefs, the new beefs, just all the beefs in general. With that being said, I said that we're gonna start off. Shout out to everybody pull up today. I'm gonna do roll call real quick. Shout out to Malik. He says, you're sure? He says probably means should interview Tony the Closet. I know. I know you got questions. Little B from 1983, top of the morning. Everyone, LB23, Oakland, California, checking in. Salute. You already know what it is. Appreciate you, my brother. Shout out to the Bay. Elite Cases, laugh out loud. That's Axe Job and Dirk answered. Give me 1 minute. I want to double back around to this, but I want to say something real quick regarding female sports. Before I mention female sports, I just want to say something about the feminist movement. So, the problem with picking up anyone to be your ally that's going to say anything that you're going to say and back you up with lies, this is the problem. Sooner or later, what you might not realize is that that person was never actually a compatriot of yours, and they were always an adversary. The reason in which why I say this is the feminist movement has a lot of people that are supportive of it that might not be actual fans of women. In reality, they don't like women. So I just want to back up for 1 second. So when a straight man hits a woman, people say he don't like women. He's abusive. So can we have that same energy when a man that isn't straight is attacking a woman? Can we have that same energy? And the reason why I'm saying that is this. I believe that there's an assault on the women, all women in America. Assault on all women in America. This is what I believe. I don't believe it's everybody that's a part of the LGBTQ community. So please don't put that in my mouth. What I do believe is that there is an assault being taken place against women to remove women, to make women obsolete. They already have technology that allows for them to incubate babies, and they don't need a womb. I'll say that again for the people that wasn't paying attention. They already have technology to incubate babies, and they don't need a womb. Okay, hold on. You want to know what the problem is when you try to tell women they have to be like men? You're saying that women aren't enough. You're saying that by being a woman, you aren't enough. So they say it's about women empowerment, but at the same time, the people that's trying to empower you is telling you you're not enough. I want people to take this into consideration and think about this the next time you say you're a feminist. You're literally saying that you don't believe that women are enough. You're not saying you believe women to be powerful. You're saying that you believe that women are overpowered. So therefore, we have to tip the scales, when in reality, you're tipping the scales to get women to do things that not necessarily they even want to do. They probably just, so many people want to do this because they was told that they couldn't do it. So I don't have that in me. I don't have the thing in me. where somebody could say, you can't do that. And I can't and I then make want to prove them wrong. I don't have that in me. I have the thing in me that there's a thing that I want to do and I'm going to try to do that and I don't care about nothing. That thing needs to get done. I have that in me like a mug. But I don't have the thing in me where you can say, reverse psychology, this rat bastard. I bet you can't do that. And then so I try. I think that we need, and this is just something I even observed, I think that we need to start allowing women to embrace their femininity without taking advantage of them while they're doing that. That's the only real way to fight against these feminists. Because it don't make sense, I'm sorry, to want somebody that was born a man to play in the female sports leagues around the world and then say that you are being this some kind of, I don't know, prejudiced against you because people don't believe that somebody that was born a man should be allowed to compete physically with women in sports. A lot of people are off today. Use today to let your woman know that it's good, it's okay for her to be feminine. Because that's what us men do. Treat her in a manner that allows for her to be soft to you. You know what that is. You dating her, you married her, you should know what that is. Treat her the way that allows for her to be soft. Because whether she's telling you or not, whether she's pretending like she's really the freaking Terminator or not, she wants to be soft. That's the way we're gonna fight against all of this weirdo shit where we supposed to be allowing men to compete in boxing matches and MMA matches against women. I think that that's absolutely bananas and it's crazy. And I think anybody that agrees with that has a mental health disorder. And that's just my opinion. With that being said, um, let's get to the Joe. What y'all want to talk about first? Show starting, by the way. What y'all want to talk about first? Put it in the chat. I want to talk about the Fat Joe situation first. I'm probably gonna run through the John Morant BS real quick because that's probably gonna only take 2 minutes or so. Or y'all want to talk about the I'm trying to remember what's the first name I put. The DJ Envy situation because I really want to discuss that like a motherfucker. You have no idea how much I want to discuss the DJ Envy situation. That's still something that's on my mind. You know, there's this car thing that DJ Envy has been banned from. There's this car thing called Car something. Oh man, it's at the tip of my memory. DJ, and it happened in, what was it, 2000 and something. It just recently happened. Could have been like 2020, 2021, something like that. He was banned, just so we could be clear, from being a part of some kind of like car thing. So the fact that Rick Ross is talking his shit about this, Rick Ross might have a point somewhere. And I want to be clear about something else. Remember the other day I said, we don't know DJ Envy's entire involvement in the situation. He might not be involved in this to the degree that some people might be letting on. You know, I don't know how much information has in other people have in this particular matter. So he might not be necessarily involved. Well, if you add that there's ever been any other type of fraud charges against him that have nothing to do with this Caesar guy, that kind of lends to the idea that he might have known what Caesar was doing, even if he wasn't involved. And it opens up the door that he not only knew what Caesar was doing, but he was thus also involved with what Caesar was doing. It's caused something or other. Like been banned. I saw a headline. I didn't get a chance to actually read or click into the article, but so much, just so we could be clear. I saw a headline, and then you know how your shit just refresh all by itself. Yeah, and then I got caught up doing some other stuff. So I saw a headline, just so we could be clear, while I was doing research on that matter for a different reason. Saw a headline. The point in which I'm trying to make is, okay, so I'm gonna give you a good example. Some shit that just happened yesterday. Some people are just looking for a reason to try to argue with you. So no matter what you do, they get offended. They just waiting for you to mention them. They waiting for you to even talk about something where they could say you talking about them. I'm gonna explain. So yesterday, I was busy talking about a situation, and something happened, and now I'm rethinking of the situation. So I was busy talking about the situation, and I said there was a person that came up to me, and they wanted to do business, and part of the business that they wanted to do with me was fly people out to the Dominican Republic, and they have like hookups and stuff like that out there with like resorts or whatever. Right? I believe the person, just so we can be clear. So the person was saying that they had. I don't think it was a scam at all. I don't think they was trying to steal anybody's money. I think they was really trying to do the thing that they was trying to do. I just want to be clear on this because I don't want this to make it seem like I'm thinking that I'm saying that they was lying. So I didn't do it. But I didn't not do it because I wasn't gonna do it. I didn't not do it because so much other shit started happening, and the people that he's working with right now to try to hurt my platform was sabotaging me at that point. So the sabotage that they did prohibited me from being able to do the thing to work with them on this particular thing, right? So then I said, you know what? I'm happy that I didn't do that. Thinking about it now, because you know how many men would have been going over to the Dominican Republic just so they could sleep with underage kids. So I was like, yo, you know what? I'm happy that I didn't do that. Do you know that the person came in here and said that I said that they was doing sex trafficking? So some people are always trying to figure out a way how to have a problem with you. Every single thing they say, they hate you. So every single thing you say, they're gonna take out of context. They're gonna train other people to take the things that you say out of context, thus treating you hatefully. So everywhere you go, you live in a hateful world. You live in a world that hates you. Because every person you come in contact with, they're trying to train them to treat you the worst way possible. So you can't be who you are. You understand what I'm saying? So shout out to that person, by the way. Now that I think about it, you know what? That person, knowing that person, I think that person would do sex trafficking. I mean, I don't think that's what they was doing, but me knowing that person will 100% do that. Like, this person has no scruples and no morals. This person told me that they would not ever hire anybody that don't choose. The person basically has to agree to choose them over God before he hires them. He was sitting in the car with me. He said, yo, look, the people that work for me got to choose me over God. I'm sitting there looking at this motherfucker. I'm sitting here looking at this motherfucker. So my battles that I fight in my life is different. You understand what I'm saying? They're gonna say, people are gonna say, yo, nah, this is just like, oh, nah, fam, it's different. It's different, I promise you. Motherfucker told me I had to choose him over God. And he told me he fired some guy at the same time. He told me he fired some guy because the dude's son, infant son, the kid, he just had a kid, had got sick. So he took him to the hospital and he couldn't make it to work. So he fired the guy. Not because the guy lied. The guy didn't lie. He just chose his own son over my brother, so my brother fired. He just chose his own son over the dude, so the dude fired him. That's it. He talking to me. He didn't even think the guy was lying. That was bananas. Didn't even think the guy was lying for him. He said he chose his own son over me, so I fired him. I said, wow. In any regard, some people just want to have problems with you, so there's nothing you can say or do. With that being said, DJ Envy should not have messed with Rick Ross. DJ Envy is going to continuously get exposed for messing with Rick Ross. You want to know why? Because Rick Ross didn't do anything wrong. DJ Envy is fortunate that it's happening, the karma is hitting them so quickly. You want the karma to be immediate. You don't want it to be long lasting. You don't want it to be way down the road. You don't want that. You want it to just happen. Because if it's way down the road, that means all that time God ain't with you, fam. So you don't want it to be way down the road. You want it to be immediately. You want to know why? Because what does the Most High do to his children? He disciplines them. So when you doing evil shit and only good things is happening to you, that means at that moment, you're not walking with God. You're walking with Satan, fam. Keep that in mind when y'all out here doing whatever evil y'all doing and y'all talking about, we being somebody's karma. Keep that in mind. A human being isn't supposed to be another human being. You're not supposed to do anything to anyone on purpose to hurt them. We're not even supposed to speak negatively about people. Imagine you actually going out there and doing something physically to cause harm to another person's life. Be mindful of these things when you walk around. Remember, also, I just meant to add this. Should I say that? Because I'm not attacking. I'm actually usually defending, but people don't see it as defense. I'm not gonna say it. So DJ Envy, just so we could be clear, he was messing around with. He shouldn't have said anything to Rick Ross. Rick Ross was not in the wrong. Rick Ross was doing his own thing, having his own situation with his own neighbors. That's what was happening. Yo, you know, somebody came into the chat and tried to accuse and tried to say, yo, Jack, you wrong. And then said a whole bunch of shit that I never talked about. So that's what I mean by sometimes people just hate you, fam. And they try to treat everybody to hate you that you come in contact with. So the only thing you receive is hate. You understand what I'm saying? That's what they do. That's why you gotta be mindful. Stop listening to people when they telling you about another person. I promise you. I think that's what happens to me at the courts, at the park. That's why I don't really care to play with nobody. Because they have a group of people. Some of them was out there yesterday with me and Darkwing. So they have a group of people that whenever somebody is on my team, they tell them to throw the game to make sure I lose. This is a fact. This is a whole fact. They tell them to just throw the game. Don't pass them. The dudes that don't pass me the ball. So this is what I mean. This is why I don't care to play with nobody. When I go outside to play basketball, I'm fine shooting by myself. Yeah, I'm fine shooting by myself. I don't need to play with none of y'all niggas. I'm fine shooting by myself. Other day, I was like, yo, y'all going to play basketball? So the dude thought I wanted to go hoop out with them. So he was like, yeah, we're going to be out there. Because I wanted to play. I was like, nah. I thought about it. I walked all the way over there. I was like, I don't think like, even if they show up, like, what the fuck am I playing for? I'm going to lose. Because whoever's on my team, they're going to tell me to throw the game. So I'm going to lose. So what the fuck do I want to play with those guys for? This shit don't make sense. Coincidentally, I don't. That's another reason why I don't play hard at all when you see me play over here. When y'all see me play other places, I play a little bit better. I play a lot better because I play harder. Because like like it's fair. I don't know where to put it. It's fair, so I play harder. I don't play hard over here at all because it's not fair. So what am I doing? I'm gonna try harder and harder and harder, and I'm gonna hurt myself. We're not doing that. Shout out to those guys being with on whatever time you on, fam. Do what you do. Um, Not all of them, by the way. This is a couple of them. Because they can't win unless they tell the guy on my team to throw the game. So I try to tell you, they mediocre. They mediocre. They mediocre. That was that's just some shit that you would just I've never like. It's just they're mediocre. They're mediocre. I don't know where to put that. I remember, I want to say something real quick just about basketball, then we get back to what we talking about. Or I just say the John Morant thing and we get back. I remember people going to parks just because they heard people were good players. Nowadays, people try to run the good players away from their park so they could just say that they were the best player. You feel me? I remember, and if for the people that think I'm capping, you ever saw the movie Man of Gold? I forgot the Man of Gold. That was way before my time, by the way. That was in 1970s. That was way before my time. But they had made a movie about a New York City basketball legend called Man of Gold. That's a guy for Gold. And what did his friends do? They used to jump on a bus and go to different neighborhoods where people was nice at basketball and go play them. That's what niggas did. Niggas didn't do what they do. What you did, you got your shit up at your park. You either got your park a name so people came to your park, or you went to other people's parks and you bust their ass and you just let people know you from. So now niggas know that your park got players. It's all about making your park a name. It's all about that. That's it. That's just a factual statement. It's just a factual statement. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's just a factual statement. It's just a factual statement. Let's get back to what we're talking about. So I since we already talked about basketball real quick, I just want to say something about the John Morant situation. Nike decided to put his sneaker back out for sale. The nigga sneaker sold real quick. Boom, right? I want to say something real quick. Isn't that what I told y'all? They didn't put that dude on suspension. They not mad at that dude because of him actually waving the guns and shit like that. They don't care about none of that. They care about his image. What happened was when he did what he did, it made him less marketable. So what happened was Nike took a chance because Nike was gonna make too much of a loss. For people that don't understand why Nike would have made too much of a loss. Okay, so hold on one second. You remember when Adidas did that thing where Adidas decided they weren't gonna sell Yeezys no more? They was like, yo, look, we don't want to sell Yeezys because if we sell them, we're contractually obligated to give Kanye money. We have to pay him. We don't want to pay him, so we're not going to sell the Yeezys. Then they tried to get around it, and it was like, yo, look, we have our stock is too big. We have too much inventory. If we don't sell the inventory, we're not going to be able to make our money back. Our company is going to be screwed. So what did they do? They decided that they're going to go into a deal with Kanye so they could still sell the sneakers and they just going to pay him because they don't got no choice. So what just happened in court for everybody that don't know? Kanye just won in court. What did he win? Do y'all remember when Adidas had his bank accounts frozen for $75 million? He just won access. Yeah, I'll be ready. I'll be ready. He just won access back to that $75 million. That's what just happened. So I'll explain this just so we can be clear why all of this is important. It's about marketability. You understand? It's about marketability. It had nothing to do with him encouraging kids to do bad shit. Nike didn't say, oh man, he's waving guns around, we got to protect the kids. Nike said, oh man, he's waving guns around, we might not be able to sell these shoes. Adidas didn't say, yo, Kanye, he's saying shit that's hurtful to the community. Adidas said he's saying shit that's hurting his value. And that's going to make it harder for us to sell the shoes. Not even sell the shoes, pardon me. We have to get out of business with him because he's saying things that's actually doing the opposite. Back to doing the opposite. Just so we could be clear. So that's, just think about that. Ja Morant waved around guns on the Instagram. They dropped his shoe. Kanye just retweeted some shit that they don't think niggas should be learning. They did not drop his shoe. Think about that for a minute. It was like, what the? So with that being said, they did not, Ja Morant did not get in trouble for being a bad influence. Ja Morant got in trouble because Nike doesn't want to be seen as a brand that promotes gun violence. And they still dropped this shoe. And it sold out in minutes. So pay attention to how they market to our people. They market destruction to our people. They just pretend that that's not what they're marketing. Because if you're telling me they could drop the Ja Morant shoe, but they couldn't drop the Kyrie Irving shoe, I don't get it. I'm confused. You know who gets it? The people that just don't like Kyrie. You know, no matter what Kyrie do, they just gonna hate on him no matter what. The people that teach everybody to hate Kyrie, you know, they get it. You know, the people that want Kyrie's life to be unfair, they get it. The people that say no matter how hard Kyrie works, he should still never ever receive any compensation, they get it. They get it. I promise you. Evil always gets it when something bad happens to somebody that they think is blessed. You do understand that, right? 90% of the time, somebody coming up to you and talking shit to you about a person is because they believe that person to be blessed. And they don't believe themselves to be. Think about that part. In any regard. What time is it? We got anybody in here other than the people that I'm having to kick every 2 minutes for making comments? We got anybody else in here? I'm curious. Other than the people that I've just been having to kick this morning, that I've not been saying about, talking about it. But other than them, do we got anybody else in here? I'm just curious. Yeah, it's basically what I said, Malik. Thank you for just repeating what I said back to me. Appreciate you. Yes, sir. Me and Little, that's what it is. Shout out to Darkwing the Third. We got Darkwing and Darkwing the Third in here. Shout out to Darkwing the Third. The Third. There's Darkwing Jr. I have not met him yet. JR. Then there's Darkwing the Third. I don't know why I give everybody nicknames. I give people a like nicknames. If I don't like you, give me a name. Because I don't think about people like as they name. I think about you like different. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think about you as your name. I either in my brain, especially if I like you, you're a big hero. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I think about you. You're either a big hero or you're working with them niggas. So, so that's how I think about you. So generally speaking, if I know you and I like you at all in any manner, you got some kind of nickname. At least in my head, if I'm not saying it verbally. I just think that we're supposed to embrace each other more. I was hanging out with Darkwing and his son yesterday, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I probably looked like a totally different person to some of the people around here that don't usually, generally see me be able to hang out with people I like. They probably was like, this guy laughs a lot. Hanging out with somebody I like. You know what I'm saying? Like, not that it's saying I don't like I got anything against anybody, but I'm one of those people that I don't I want to be. People love to pretend to be your friend. So sometimes you got to let people think that you tricked. I don't know no way to put it. People love to pretend to be your friend. Like for everybody out there that got 10 friends, maybe only two of them is really your friend. The other guys, they just pretend. You know what I'm saying? They just pretend. They doing. They probably blocking you more than you even know it. You understand? Oh, well, since we at least got two people in here, I don't know who the meat guy is. I don't even know if I don't say your name. I don't know who you are. But at least we got two people, so I'll stay. What else you think I should y'all want to discuss this morning? Um, I basically talked about everything that's interesting to me at the moment. Maybe we go for a walk. I don't know, maybe we go for a walk. All right, y'all want to go for a walk? We could go for a walk outside. Let's go for a walk. I got my charger. Give me 1 second. So I've been playing Zelda, not the new Zelda, but the one that came out right before the new Zelda. Oh man, I wish I would have connected my damn jump off to the other jump off. Hold on. Let's get out of here. Let me check this out. Morning. All right. Stay safe out there. How y'all doing this morning? Yeah, we gonna go for it. Fuck up out of here. I can use some walking on the street. Hold on, let me make sure I got this the right way. Boom, there you go. Yeah, so as far as that Ja Morant shit goes, I don't like the way Nike handled it. Also, when they first went over to Ja Morant, didn't we already have a discussion about this specifically? About what are they gonna do if Ja Morant like F's up? And I'm not just saying us as the BBN network. I mean us as a society, us as fans of the NBA or whatever the case might be. Didn't we have this conversation? I think that we had this conversation, fam. For real. I think this is something that we've talked about before. This is shit that it don't make sense, to be honest with you. They allow for Ja Morant with the guns and everything else, but all this dude did was say some shit that somebody didn't like. So he dropped an opinion and he get canceled. Ja Morant is having the guns. They say, yo, you do that again and you out of here. He does it again. He's not out of nowhere. Oh man, I hate when they got the potluck. He's not out of nowhere. He did it again. So what are you gonna do, fam? Like, what are you gonna do? Like, how they gonna help the situation? That's a fact. Yeah, that's why I'm not saying that guy's name and shit. What's going on with that name over there, partners? Your names is doing all of the things. Shout out to him. Yo, I enjoyed the hoop. I still think that I want to hoop. Yo, so if you come hoop today, you say you're gonna bring your camera. So we might get some dope ass shots of me actually hooping. You know what? If you come in, you bring your camera, I'll ball. I don't know, man. I don't really want to ball. I don't want to I just don't want to try dumb hard to win, and the guys on my own team ain't trying to win. Like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to be playing and I'm trying dumb hard to try to get a victory, and I'm playing with people who's throwing the game on purpose because they, for whatever their reasons might be. I don't want to do that. I'm too old to be doing that. Niggas is weird. But yeah, you bring the camera. That's why I said we should go somewhere else. We need to start our own BBN thing. Somebody said they was gonna come and hoop also. We need to start our own BBN basketball league, fam. Let's start a BBN basketball league. I would love to start a summer BBN basketball league. I'm gonna talk to these guys around here about that. Why don't we start a BBN basketball league? We got enough cameramen where we could even do coverage and put it up on the fucking channel, fam. We could start our own thing for the people in the community. We don't need the whole world to watch. They'll catch up. I'm going to come here one day and pull all of these fucking weeds, fam. So I like this flower bush they got here. But the fucking weeds, fam. Yeah, we can make our own freaking basketball league. What the fuck? Niggas hoop. And you see how that court is. That court ain't that big. So that means we can have our own rules and everything as far as 4-man teams. Okay. As long as 4-man teams, whatever, we can have our own league, fam. I don't see no reason why not. Why we gotta go be a part of what somebody else is doing? Why can't we just start our own shit? And that's always been my point about everything. Why can't we just start our own shit?
Why we always gotta wait for people to say that we could do something? Why can't we just start our own stuff? Why you think they always want us hating each other? Why you think they always want us arguing with each other? Why they always want us, why you think they want us to separate people and have classism? You wanna know why I don't like calling people bums? That's classism, fam. I don't even really like saying that shit like if I don't like you, fam. That's classism. You got mofos, how you calling anybody a bum, fam? How you working a job? I don't care if you make $150,000 a year. You still working for somebody else. How you working a job and calling somebody a bum? We don't use that terminology. People need assistance out here and help. They don't need degradation. So we're not doing that. We're not talking shit about people. We're not doing that. Good morning, my brother. We're not doing that. All right, morning. I just don't stand for certain shit, fam. And I don't want to be a part of certain shit. And I don't want to go back and forth with people that's doing certain shit, because certain shit shouldn't be done. And that's just the way I feel, and that's the way it is. You can say whatever you want to say about me about it. But I've stuck to my guns, and this has literally been the way that the shit that I'm saying right now is the same thing I was saying when I first started this platform, and the same way I've been carrying myself since the platform's inauguration. Ain't shit changed. They just told you to treat me differently. Ain't shit changed. We can have our own shit, and that's always what I'm talking about. So what do? The people that hate me say don't support Jack. Why? Because Jack is going to give you that shit that you want, because I know how to do it. I just won't do it for them because I don't like them niggas. And I don't like doing shit for people I don't like. And that's a fact. What up, Arthur D. Glass? Yeah, I just don't like them niggas. Remember, the majority of the people pissed off at me is because I won't be their friend. What kind of shit is that, fam? You got grown-ass men on the internet mad at me because I won't be their friend, fam. I'm like, fam! You got grown people on the internet that hate me because I refuse to be their friend. I didn't do anything to them. I just won't be friends with them. They literally trying to get as many people as possible to force me to be their friend. We got different problems, fam. I'm not saying other people don't got problems. Every single human being on this earth got problems, fam. It's part of being born. But we got different problems. That's all I'm saying. People like, Jack act like other people don't got problems. Everybody got problems, man. Nobody's saying that. Nobody's saying that, fam. Why you gaslighting those people? And when you have problems, people come help you, right? Just think about that. When you got problems, when you need assistance, people come help you. Be mindful of that. Shout out to the people that's actually commenting that aren't the people that hate me. Shout out to them. You know, my family is behind those people, right? So please, if my family ever pull up on you and try to say anything, just yes them to death and then go about your business. They not gonna be happy until I ain't here no more. Anyway, so what else we talking about? What else y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. What else y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. Niggas is weirdos, man. Niggas be like, yo, Jack Frost ain't gonna be friends with me, so I'm gonna stalk him on the internet. Now niggas is weirdos. Jack Frost ain't gonna be friends with me, so I want him to be homeless. Y'all niggas is weirdos, man. Jack Frost ain't gonna be friends with me, so I'm gonna make sure everybody hate him until I'm his friend. Y'all niggas is weirdos, man. And I'd rather never have a friend again a day in my life than be somebody I don't like, and that's a fact. I move with that conviction, so it is what it is. Everybody just gonna have to hate me. I can live with that. I can't live with being friends with somebody I don't like. What up, Tyreek? How you doing this morning, my brother? Blessings.
Good, man.
How you doing this morning, my brother? All of the things? I'd rather suffer than help somebody that hate me. I'm just telling you what it is. I'd rather every single thing in my world, in my life go bad and I die than me be friends with somebody I don't like. Just so we can be clear. Pardon me, sorry about that. What up, Brooklyn NASDAQ? Yeah. He's smoking two things? Oh, man. Yeah, just kicking the freaking fools, man. Just kick them. Fucking, what we talking about? Yeah, we could just have our own shit, fam. I do a basketball tournament in a second. There's no reason why we can't have a BBN basketball. I wanted to do basketball stuff when I first moved here. Let me explain this shit real quick. When I first moved to Coney Island, I wanted to do basketball stuff. If you are a person that was a part of my inner circle at that time, you know that to be a fact. So I go out there and I'm trying to talk with these guys and see what's going on. And these niggas is coming at me with all types of different weirdo ass hostility. So that's why I didn't do it. Because what the fuck am I trying to do something with people? And people was like, they were treating me like, okay, so I'm bringing my platform so we could try to do a thing. And they had dudes that was treating me like they was doing me a fucking favor by being on my fucking show. What the hell, fam? Now I'm good. I'm good. I don't need to have you on my program. I'm good. I'm not shitting on you. I'm not saying that you're not, you know, important. I'm just saying I'm good. So yeah, this is all shit that I was trying to get, you know, slowly try to get stuff started. I wasn't talking to the people that run the place. I need to talk to them. I wasn't talking to them at this point. I was talking to other people. But you know what I'm saying? I was like, you know, the actual people that was gonna play. Remember, I just moved over here and I moved over here in the middle of the winter. So I had to wait for the summer to start and all that shit. Yeah, there's no reason why we can't have our own fucking Seagate tournament. What the fuck? That should be lit. Front of all of the shirts say Seagate. You know, alternate colors, obviously. You know, if you really want to personalize it, you know, we could all, everybody could get a seal or a crest, and that could be added to the jersey. That's the way I would like to go. Throw a frost somewhere on that bitch. A fucking tournament. And coincidentally, in the perfect world, it won't be a one-day tournament. It'll be something that'll go, you know, about a week and a half, about a month and a half. We get some good games in there. Each team get to play at least like 10 games minimum. Get some games in there. The reason why I want to play 10 games minimum, the reason why I want to say 10 games minimum, just so we could be clear, is because I'd rather work with a round number that makes it easier to be able to do averages and percentages. It'll make it a little bit more tangible for us. But if we could get 20 games, that would be fucking great. Just a thing for people to do. Y'all don't never notice that the people coming here to try to disrupt the chat the most when I'm trying to give out good information? You don't notice that the people that hate me tell you not to pay attention when I'm busy trying to do positive stuff, and you still think that I'm the one that's wrong. You think I'm the one that don't deserve people to appreciate them. You think that they're right. The people that I never go around, but they come around me every day to try to disrupt my life, you think they're the ones that's right. This is the world I live in. I don't live in a normal world like the rest of y'all, where if somebody do something bad, people say that's a bad person. I live in a world where if people do bad things, people don't say that they're a bad person as long as they do them to me. That's the world I live in. It is what it is. And when you see Darkwing throwing bags, that's because we've been kicking people this whole show. I don't know how many people he kicked. Nah, those people, don't even put those people on timeouts. Those people with those weirdo names, just kick them like right off the rip, just straight out the door. All those people with them weirdo ass names. Anyway, so yeah, I would love to do that. This community, like the whole community, not just where I live at, but also on the outside, like even like where the black people, like where everybody else lives. It looks like it's just waiting. Like it's like perfectly primed for a big come up. Especially like I'm on Neptune right now. So like especially like a long Neptune, it looked like it's perfectly primed for a big come up. I'm not speaking negative about no other place. I'm just saying specifically. Look like it's perfectly primed, fam. All they need is a couple of business owners around here to decide, spend a couple of bucks on the thing, and then the next thing you know, you'll have everybody down here advertisement for one thing or another. You just bring the money straight to the community, fam. Remember, your neighborhood can't get up and walk away. You're not Danny Streets. That's a deep cut from DC Comics. But your neighborhood can't get up and walk away and go nowhere, fam. Your neighborhood has to stay there, so you have to bring the resources to your neighborhood, fam. Your neighborhood can't go nowhere. It can't get up and walk away. Just a factual statement. Came outside with my house shoes on, fam. My house shoes better than yours. I came outside with my house shoes on, fam. These are my house shoes. I forgot to change my shoes and shit. Anyway, what y'all want to talk about? Y'all want to talk a little DJ Envy? I want to talk a little DJ Envy. I want to say something real quick. I'm holding out. Hey, what up, Nisi? I'm holding out that DJ Envy wasn't a part of the scam. I'm holding out, right? I'm holding out. But I do want to explain something to y'all why I'm saying there's a good chance he wasn't a part of the scam. Do I got this on the right jump off? What the fuck? Yeah, I did. So, what y'all might not know is niggas contact us all the time trying to get us involved in scams, man. All the time. If you have any type of following, you're always being contacted to become part of a scam. All the fucking time. I'm just saying some factual shit to you. So, there's been people that contacted me to do business with them on different things, and I just didn't do it because I just didn't feel comfortable. Not all the time they were scams, but I have to be mindful of what I get myself involved in. I think we should all be mindful about what we get ourselves involved in. So I just think that there's a good chance that dude could have just been scamming. But I'm not gonna lie, fam. Any man, and I'm gonna say this, and this is just the way that I feel. Any man that isn't the king of his home, I feel scam or scam. Like, I'm not saying a tyrant, because I grew up with a tyrant. I had a tyrant in my household for many years, and I wouldn't wish that on anybody. So I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, if you're a grown man and you married, and you have to go speak to your wife about anything, and you can't make any decisions on your own, like you want to have a wife that you can go through to and have and consult with. That's the goal, my nigga. The goal is to be married to a woman that you love and respect enough, and that love and respect you enough that you know that she has her best interests in mind whenever y'all discussing the topic. But it's totally different, my nigga, when you're in the relationship and you can't be the man, because don't forget, the head of Christ is God and the head of man is Christ. So it's important to the household, literally, and their connection to God, that the man is 1, competent, 2, God-fearing, and 3, in charge. But if he's not competent or God-fearing, I mean, young lady, you might have just chose the wrong nigga. Those things are important. And I think that's another reason why we have so much problems in our community with relations. I think that, this is just my opinion, I could be wrong, but I think that since we have so many men specifically that don't look to God, like people like saying the women are choosing bad, right? And I want to say like this in defense of that. If 19 out of every 20 men that you come into contact with don't worship the Most High, they might act like they do, say they do, praise God, this and this and that, but their actions don't fall in concert. 19 out of 20 men, why would you think that that one man that's different is actually different? Everybody is going to look like they the same to you. That one man is just going to look like he's super lame. But he just like them other niggas. I just don't get any of them benefits that I get with them other niggas. You understand? Because there's a benefit to being with somebody, and a lot of times that is throwing God's word to the side. You know what I'm saying? There's an earthly benefit to that. So I think that there's a responsibility. Hold on. What the fuck? Pardon me. Thank you. Oh, you are. So I think there's a responsibility. Just so, how you doing? So I think there's a responsibility. How you doing? You mind? You mind? A little bit of sugar? You mind? All right, thank you. And one of these. Thank you. That's it. That's it. That's good. Thank you. Thank you. Busy worried about. Thank you. You also. They busy worried about the milk and the sugar I took. They got a dude at the cash register, and he's busy wondering why ain't nobody taking, why nobody allowing him to pay. I don't know why I have that effect when I go places. I don't know why when I go places, everybody attention focus on me. I have no idea. But that shit was funny. We walked in. It was everybody. It happens all the time. Like, I don't know why that was funny. Shout out to those motherfuckers. The dude was like, "Can I get some service?" I don't know why that happens. I'm just happy this is one of those times I can laugh about it instead of be upset over the bullshit. But yeah, I don't know why that happens. But yeah, you know what'd be dope? If the businesses around here got their own basketball teams. We got different businesses over here. Why can't the businesses over here sponsor basketball teams? Like that energy. Chemo says, salute Frost. You got that energy, fam. I don't know why they knock you for what you do, fam. I say fam a lot lately because I'm trying not to say the N-word. Somebody came in here and was like, I don't know why you keep using the word fam. I'm trying not to use the N-word. Yeah, I'm trying not to use the N-words. That's like, what's up, my brother? How you doing? Hey, real quick question. I see you opening up. I'm YouTube content creator. Got a couple on YouTube, about 66,000. On Instagram, we got about 54,000 or something like that. Yeah, I would love to work with y'all sometime. Is there somebody for me to speak with?
Why would you assume that you couldn't speak to me?
Well, I wasn't assuming that I couldn't. But, you know, if I was actually assuming you were the person to speak to because you're opening up. And that's why I stopped to talk to you. There's other times that I come and there's actually people here and I don't stop and talk to them and ask them what I'm asking right now. So I was actually assuming you was the person to talk to.
Okay. How would we?
My apologies if it came off wrong.
Yeah. Hold on 1 second. Let me do this. Give me a second.
Yes, sir. I don't know if I was supposed to go inside with him or not. I'm like, okay. Well, the other thing I was talking about, like we could do a basketball tournament and the tournament could just be, you know, the different businesses around here could all get up their own teams. Like that'd be lit, fam. Wait, was I supposed to come inside? I don't know. I just stayed outside. I don't know if you had something. All right. So yeah. Yeah, I go right to the place and I get free sugar and I get free cream. That's a fact. So you making fun of me for saving money? This is what we doing? Yo, Jack Frost is saving money. That nigga a whole sucker. Yo, Jack Frost out there saving money, fam. We should hate him. That's what we doing? That's what we doing? Y'all agree with this? Like, this is really shit. I don't know. This dude taking too long. I don't think he's interested. I'm about to go. Yeah, this is shit y'all really into? Yo, this nigga Jake Frost out here trying to live economical and shave money, fam. He not wasting money for no reason. He found a way around the way. Hey, like, the hate, fam. Like, you really need to do something else with your life. Like, there's a lot of beautiful things out here in the world that you could be involved in. Hate doesn't have to be one of them. How you doing, my brother? Yeah, so I was thinking maybe I might want to do some promo, some kind of skit, something like that. I don't know much about your business. I don't know how you advertise.
Yeah. Well, let me say. Let's see this. How many views do you have? On a particular video.
My highest video that I've ever gotten is somewhere near 3.4 million. My lowest video is like anybody else's lowest video, in the 20s and 30s.
Yeah. Well, okay, well, what would that look like for you?
What you mean?
What conversation, what kind of conversation would you want?
Well, first I would need to know exactly, because I don't know much about your business, so I could come in and just allow for somebody that knows more than I know to be able to speak about your different products.
Hello? Yeah, no. We just now open. No, we open that. I haven't done.
Okay.
We don't open till 11. All right. Well, brother, you can probably come back when I have a little bit more time. I gotta do my open.
I'll come back. Do what you do, my brother. My name is Jack Frost, by the way.
Okay, my name is Grover.
How you doing, Grover?
Grover.
Boom.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, I figure he ain't want to talk right now. But no, yeah, talk to some of the businesses around here. You don't never know. Maybe they would love that type of promotion. You don't know. Yeah, we got a basketball league we're gonna start up. We're gonna have some, people involved. It's gonna be, we try to mix it up. I would like to have it so you always have to have a minor, a kid on the court at all times, because we also want to teach. You understand what I'm saying? Reels for promo, advertising on your channel. Well, everything is going to be for promo, but I just was trying to just use verbiage that they understood more than anything else. I keep trying to tell you, I think people don't understand my words because my conversations go fucking sideways all the time and it don't make sense. And that's another reason why I be like, I feel more comfortable when I'm around people that I trust, because later on I could be able to say, well, did that make sense? Like, you'd be surprised at how often people be with me and it's just a weird ass conversation happen that don't make no sense. And then later on I'll be like, did I do something? They be like, nah, like they don't understand it either. And I'm like, well, okay. You know what I'm saying? I know it's probably just a me thing. People just respond to me weird, fam. And that's another reason why, just so we could be clear, that's another reason why I just think most people are pretty bad as people because of the shit that people be assuming I be thinking or want to do. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why I just assume people are bad and evil. That's why I assume that, because I be paying it. I hear what the people are saying I'm doing, or they think I'm doing, or they believe about me, and I know what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? So I know this shit is wrong. This shit is a lie. So I just be like, people got to be pretty terrible. That's why I be thinking, people got to be pretty terrible. I be getting accused of shit that I didn't even know was a thing. So, just so we could be clear, I didn't even know that was a thing. Like, those are things I didn't even know. Shout out to Darkwing pulling up yesterday. Shout out to Gaddy, another person that I go hang out with, and I could just be myself. I don't got to worry about anything. I could just be myself. I could laugh and not have to worry about somebody seeing me laugh. So they want to, I'm not allowed to enjoy myself. So they got to just try to hurt my feelings and some stupid shit. So, yeah, shout out to Gotti. Shout out to Darkwing. People that I don't feel like it's going to be an argument if I'm around them, because I don't want to argue. I'd rather just never talk to you again than argue with you. Just rather never talk. What else we talking about? Put it in the chat. I don't want to work nothing out. I don't want to work nothing out. I don't want to figure nothing out. I know I'm honest. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care what anybody try to convince anybody else of. None of that matters. I know I'm honest. Almost all of the people that's telling you I'm a liar know I'm honest. You feel me? They know I'm honest. So if you have a problem with me, I assume that it's personal 100% of the time. Yeah, shout out to the, see, that's another thing that makes me say I don't celebrate these holidays, but definitely a shout out, and we should be shouting out at people every day in the armed forces. But definitely a shout out to everybody in the armed forces that go risk their lives. That go, pardon me, excuse me, that go risk their lives. Shout out to everybody in the armed forces that risk their lives. And I'm about to say something unpopular, but shout out to the police officers also that be out here in these dangerous neighborhoods. Shout out to the fire department. Shout out to all of the public freaking servants, fam, that put their life in jeopardy. But utmost, first and foremost, shout out to the military, period. Pardon me. First and foremost, shout out to the military. I know quite a few people from the military. I know quite a few people that served. I know people that didn't necessarily, like, they didn't go into actual action. I know people that was over there in, you know, going overseas and, being stationed at bases and all this other shit. I know people that did that. And almost every last one of the people I know that did that are good people. I kind of get upset when I see these movies and they kind of always try to make it seem like if you was in the military or something like that, you came back with a problem. Not everybody comes back with a problem, fam. Some people come back from whatever their service is and they're just fine. And the government still treat them like trash. You're going to have a lot of politicians today talking about, shit, I should have went and got napkins. You're going to have a lot of politicians today talking about the military this, the military that. But these are the same people that don't give the military or veterans help. These are the same people that don't want to support or fund veteran services. These are the same people. Kimo Sabi says, brothers and sisters who lost their lives protecting us out here in the streets. That's a fact. From Desert Storm to the Vietnam War, that's a fact. You're going to have these politicians out here, and they're going to be talking all of their Memorial Day crap. And they're going to be the same politicians that vote against veterans every time the fucking opportunity arises. They're going to be the same freaking politicians that's going to say that they can't fund our veterans, but they could send $50 million to Africa so they can learn how to do sex changes to freaking children. Don't forget that part. They're going to set fucking $35 million aside so they could count fish in the freaking Gulf of Mexico. And for everybody that think I'm capping, go look at their last fucking budget. They got money for that shit, but they don't got money for the veterans. They got money to go accept all of these other people from other countries, all of these migrants. Shout out to the migrants. I'm not knocking them. You got problems in your country. You need help. You need assistance. But what I'm saying is we have people here that need assistance too. I have a brother, and every single time in my life I came to him and said, yo, I'm at my back to the wall and I need help, he religiously told me that he couldn't help me because he had to help other people. I'm his brother. He would just name random people. Some people I don't even really know. He got to help them, so he can't help me. I could be homeless, hungry, naked, whatever. He can't help me though, but he can help anyone else. He literally used to go down a list of people. Sometimes the list went up to 10 damn people almost. So these fucking Democrats, they tell you that they care about you, but they don't. They're going to talk about fighting for human rights this, human rights that. Fucking making sure that the people in your country has human rights should be more important than the human rights of someone else's country. Because that's their business. So they're going to say, yo, we love y'all. We fighting for your rights in America and abroad. Nigga, we in America. We want you to fight for our rights here first. And you know what? You can literally start with the veterans and then move to the homeless. Matter of fact, you could just start with the homeless. Most of them are veterans. You know how many, not most of them, but you know how many veterans is homeless? So you can literally just start with the homeless. And don't tell me you can't do nothing about it, because the migrants, you're finding places for them to sleep. You're finding food for them to eat. You're finding clothes for them to wear. Y'all got a shitload of money, right? All y'all got to do, why don't you go contact freaking Yeezys or some fuckers? Have them just make you some knockoff shoes or some knockoff bullshits. Like, do you understand how easy it would be for the American government to do something helpful and they choose not to? And then they're gonna go and they're gonna pretend like they care. They don't care, fam. They care about your vote. That's what they care about. They care about where you focus your attention. That's what they care about. They don't care about good things actually happening to you. They just care about whether they can control when the good things happen to you. You get it? If they can control when good things happen to you, they can make you believe that they're the reason why the good thing is happening to you. You understand? It's manipulation. It's a narcissist tactic. Just telling you what it is, fam. But that's the point that I'm trying to make. Kimo Savi says, that's the system, fam. Never changes. Don't worry about self-destruction. Some of us won't make it to prosperity. That's the problem. We're looking at wealth the wrong way. We're looking at wealth and deciding it's wealth by money. We're deciding people are wealthy by how much money they have. We're not deciding people are wealthy by how big their family is. We're not deciding people are wealthy by how happy they are. We're not deciding people are wealthy by how healthy they are. We're deciding they're wealthy by how much money they have. That's the literal problem. You see, if communities stuck together, it wouldn't matter who had more money, because everybody is living a happy life. That's the object. The object is to serve your God-willing purpose. Whatever the purpose is that God gave you, that's your purpose. That's what you're supposed to be doing with your life. Some of us have different purposes. Some of us' purpose is to build things. Some of our purposes are to destroy things. Some of our purposes are to create things. Creating and building are two different things. Some of our purposes are to create things. Some of our purposes are to witness things. We all have a freaking purpose, fam. Gonna have to, they're gonna be so no, that's my point. We don't suffer because we have to. We suffer because We don't work together. Period. We don't work together, fam. Can you explain to me why we can't work together? Can you explain to me why y'all niggas keep hanging out with the niggas that's hating on other niggas? Like, you know the dude's a hater, but y'all keep hanging out with him. Now you wondering why you're not being blessed. How God gonna bless you if you're condoning bullshit and fuckery? How God is gonna bless you if you're condoning bullshit and fuckery? Get them niggas from around you. They might not be stealing your blessings. They might be stealing someone else's blessings, but they might be preventing you from getting to your blessings. If you see somebody trying to steal someone else's blessings, you get the fuck away from them. That's not God's work, fam. Why would God try to steal something that he's trying to give to you? That's not God's work. Just be mindful. For real, for real. What up, King Will? They'll have you believe in anything as long as, because you don't know what, we have a problem with understanding what actual words mean. We live in this new world where we just decide what shit mean whatever we want it to mean. Like now, they've tricked y'all so much with not knowing what words mean that now genders don't even mean anything. Genders don't mean anything no more. You could be born a boy, a girl, a wombat. You could be born a tree. You do understand that God made man and God made woman. So we're not supposed to be calling ourselves anything else other than men and women. And even more importantly, or as importantly, we only supposed to be calling ourselves the thing that we already been denoted at birth. Protect your blessings, fam. DJ Envy situation. Yeah, so DJ Envy shouldn't have started. He created that whole situation. I don't want to hear him crying now. I don't want to hear DJ Envy crying now about him getting whatever the hell that's going to happen involving the car show, whatever the hell that's going to happen involving him and Caesar, or whatever the hell is going to... I don't want to hear him crying about nothing. He didn't have to have Rick Ross' name in his mouth. He chose this circumstance and situation. What the fuck? We're not even supposed to be talking about other niggas like that. Like, if somebody else is trying to win, fam, get it the fuck out the way. Like, why are you trying to get in the way if somebody else trying to win? What the fuck is you doing? We live in a weird world, fam. We live in a world where all the fuckery is condoned. We don't have enough real niggas that when you see somebody doing some bullshit, they're gonna say, nah, that's not it. We gotta start making it a habit to tell people that ain't it, fam. That ain't it. We gotta start making that shit, we gotta make it a habit. Stop condoning the bullshit. Nigga, DJ Envy went, knocked on that man's door, and he opened it up with a shotgun. Now he gotta deal with those consequences. Factual shit, man. What is that? Is this a light in the middle of the day? That's just real shit, fam. DJ Envy went and knocked on that door. That nigga opened that door. That nigga had a shotgun. Double barrel. He ain't asking no questions. Yeah, speak on them, fan. DJ Envy and Pina, they scheme goofy clout beef. Now Rick gonna roast them. Also, just so we could be clear, I didn't like... How you doing today?
How are you?
Excellent. Real quick. So I was talking to you about the basketball thing. Is that who would I speak to specifically? You said just walking in that office.
No, what do you want? Hey, how are you? mean about the games that are coming forth?
Yeah, because not just that. I mean, we could probably, especially for the kids, we could probably expand it. Like, I have a little bit of skill organizing a little bit. Like, I'm
Are
not
you the one that
a
talked to the
master.
cops last time
About what?
about basketball
Yes.
organizing?
I've been trying to organize a
You
basketball
live on
thing.
my block?
Yeah, I live on the next street over.
Look, they said somebody on Neptune on my block, and I don't know who
They might be talking about me.
Okay.
It was good, right?
Yes.
Was it good? Okay, woo! I'm like, it better been good.
What I'll do is next time I see you, let's exchange because I left my phone.
Yes, ma'am.
And I have my community affairs officers.
Boom.
Those are the ones that I want you to get in contact with because they're the ones that help me with events.
I do content creation. So I don't only want to just do this, but I want to make a big thing out of it. Let's make like a television show type of thing so we could show people how you're supposed to love the community. Boom.
We got to talk.
You're the best. All right, so I'm froze. Let's get a fucking tournament around here going. I'm froze. I keep trying to tell you, everybody around here like me, fam. I'm not a bad person. I'm a good person. That's one of the main people here. One of the main people in the whole fucking community, fam. You're. That's one of the main people in the whole community, fam. And if you heard her speak, she said, did I speak with her about it before? And also, did I speak with the police about it and everything? So, yes, this is stuff that I'm actually trying to get off the ground. This is not cap. Stop listening to the haters. Niggas that just tell you, niggas that just be hate, niggas just hate, fam. They just hate. We're gonna try to get a tournament going. We're gonna try to get a tournament, try to get a little something going for the kids, for the, young adults, teens. Try to get a little something going, get some community spirit going, Even invite the people from outside of Seagate, just out here, period. Invite some of them kids. Get something going, Give it a year or two. Maybe we could really blow it up into something. It says, much respect. Back to the beef with Rick Ross and Envy. All right, so I'm not trying to hate, right? But I'm going to keep it a stack with you. DJ Envy looks like a hater to me, like in the face, fam. He looks like a hater to me. I'm going to say something. Haters do one of two things a lot. Either smile or got a fucked up ass face. They do one of the two a lot, right? So I don't know if DJ Envy is a hater. I think because of his commentary on Breakfast Club, I think it makes him look like a hater, but you can't really tell. You understand what I'm saying? Sometimes niggas is just playing sometimes dudes is just playing a role. So you can't really tell. You understand what I'm saying? You can't really tell. Sometimes dudes is just playing a role. So I don't know if he's a hater. I kind of always thought he might be a hater because, and the best way I could put it is, Charlemagne and him at different points always look like they hating, and they look like, what's her name? That she not on the show no more? It always looked like she was the one that reeled them back in, Angela Yee. It always looked like Angela Yee was the one that reeled them back in. You understand what I'm saying? And I think now that there is no Angela Yee, they don't have that feminine energy in the room, I think that that's a problem. I think you need feminine energy in the room, fam. I think women is just one of the most important aspects to men's creating shit. I think women is one of the most important aspects of a man being creative. I think, and it's not because, I want to impress the woman because, I'm trying to sleep with her. It's just that females bring an element that men don't have. And sometimes it just allows for us to think with better clarity. So I think that, especially if you're a creator of content, it's like you need women, my nigga. Part of my language, fam. Right? You need females. It's important. Women are important, fam. Utmost important. So I think not having Angela Yee there actually hurts their program. But I thought that off the rip, though. up, homie? This is my tree group. Well, he's not my tree, obviously. He's his own tree. God tree. Fucking up talking and dust is flying in my fucking mouth. Hold on. Read some comments. King Will says, big respect for that, Frost. Keep doing your thing to improve the community. I said, dude, I'm always trying to do stuff to help the community. Don't forget what our content used to only be. We used to only do community affairs content for a long time until we took up. For a long time, we did only community affairs stuff. You know? For a long time, fam. This is a cat. Shout out to Darkwing, said respect. F the haters. BBN. Chemo Savi says he was knocking Ricky Rose for his car show. And the price of the show while Rose was clowning Envy for being low budget. He said it was for the kids in the community. Envy bugging. First of all, you can't tell somebody else what their value or their worth is. So Envy was already stepping out of pocket. How can you say that dude show isn't worth whatever he was? If he's charging people a certain amount of money and people are paying it, it's worth that. So what are you talking about? Once again, Envy, that sounds like hating. I didn't even know that that's what it all started from. That sounds like hating, fam. How you gonna say that somebody else don't deserve to make whatever money that they believe they deserve to make for their thing? How you doing today? Hello. Like, how you gonna say that? That's hating, fam. It said Angela Yee better off in her own lane. Got the bag solo dope. Yeah, she might be better off doing her own thing because I gotta walk this way. It's just the wind is blowing, the dust is going in my mouth. This is not cool. So I think Angela Yee would be better off by herself. Listen, all right. So Angela Yee has a specific audience that's not a hip hop audience. Angela Yee has a specific audience. It's not a hip hop audience. It's like an adult audience, an adult atmosphere. She has a specific audience. The audience that Angela Yee has does not necessarily cross over with the same audience that Charlemagne has or that DJ Envy has. So that means that when she leaves out from leaving there, she's not leaving behind her supporters. Her supporters are coming with her. And in reality, the Breakfast Club might know their numbers ain't gonna drop off much for anybody to be. What up, homie? What you doing? All right, later. You coming outside today? All right, that's what it is. Appreciate you. You the man. That little homie. Wonder how he's feeling. I don't know yet. Probably like around 3. Yeah. You probably didn't see me that time. Probably like around 3. I don't know. There's a dude that works over here, and I say what's up to him all the time, but I don't recall how he looks when he's not in the vehicle. So I saw him outside of the vehicle the other day, and he said what's up to me. But I didn't know it was him because I didn't know. So I said what's up, but I just walked past, and now I feel bad about it. I got to run into the guy so I can explain. Look, dude, most of the time I see you sitting in the car, fam. I didn't know how tall you was. I didn't know how. No homo. I didn't know pause. I didn't know anything of that shit. So I saw him, and he saw me, and he said what's up to me, and I didn't give him the same energy I would have gave to him if I would have recognized him. You understand what I'm saying? If I would have recognized him, I would have gave him all the energy. You feel me? Akimo Savi says there was people all over the state, even overseas, competing in the car show. Rick Ross got hella good gift for Gab, while Envy getting his car selection repo. Sheesh. I'm gonna tell you the shit that works, what I believe works for Rick Ross, right? And I also want to say something else, but I'm gonna say what I believe worked for Rick Ross first. One of the things I think works for Rick Ross actually is he is a part of a lot of things that win, fam. like Rick Ross's loss has to be crazy because you're usually gonna lose a shit lot when you're winning, right? So his losses has to be absolutely astronomical. But he wins a lot, fam. Like he is always winning. And he's always jumping out the woodwork with some new crazy, insane thing. And whenever he's doing his pitch, to me, it sounds like bullshit. 100% of the time, I am not gonna lie to you. It sounds like absolute horse crap. But then I see the results. Right? And this is another thing that you have to understand, and this is the second thing that might be going better with Ross than anything else. Ross is exclusive. So since he's exclusive, and you know, we don't see him everywhere with everyone. You understand what I'm saying? He's exclusive. We don't see him everywhere with everyone. That exclusivity raises his value. So Ross himself, as being Ross, just being Ross, has a certain value. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, and he got that Wingstop shit on lock. That's a fact. Yeah, so Ross has his own value. He says, hell yeah, he think he is overselling them. That man delivers for the most part. No, that's my point I'm trying to say. So it sounds like hate. People are so used to people hating on people nowadays that they ignore when niggas is doing shit when people are doing shit they not supposed to do. They just ignore it now. It's like people are looking for an opportunity to be a part of the hate. Like they're not stamping it out no more. You understand what I'm saying? Like I remember growing up, and if you was a sucker, you couldn't even be in the conversation. Like nobody's standing around listening to talking crazy about somebody else. You understand what I'm saying? Like we building, we talking about improving ourselves and our lives. Good morning, how y'all doing today? We talking about improving ourselves and our lives. We talking about, I'm gonna say this, shout out to all of my older cousins and my older brothers for this specific thing. How you doing this morning? For this specific thing. Not for a reasonable amount of time. I got the opportunity to sit around and hear who I considered to be grown adults at that time. They weren't grown adults. They was like mid to late teens. But I got the opportunity to sit around and listen to what I consider to be grown adults talk about shit that matters. Like they talked about shit that mattered, fam. Like, yeah, people sat around and they talked about the rappers and what was going on like that. Don't get it confused. But people talked about what mattered. They literally sat around and talked about bettering the community. They literally sat around and talked about different ways that we could help each other. Like this was their topics of conversation, fam. So I'm fortunate for that. I'm so fortunate to have spent any time in an environment where the first thing we thought about wasn't ourselves, where the first thing we actually thought about was to help others and how we're going to be able to do things to be a benefit to the community. I'm fortunate for that. Not everybody got that. So I get it that not everybody understands when I have conversations. I get it that often people think the things that I'm saying might be selfish, and they might not be selfish, fam. I don't even have selfish thoughts like that. You feel me? I usually think when I need something, I usually think, how can I do this with the least? I don't think, how can I do this with the most? I think, how can I do this with the least? How can I do this at the bare minimum? That's what I think. That's the kind of shit that go on in my head. How am I going to do this at the bare minimum? Don't forget about Ja. But we always about being in the mix with hip hop beef, especially trying to sound like he got more clout than Rick Ross, envy a radio station host. First of all, Do y'all remember? Didn't Envy make fun about Rick Ross when they was talking about how Rick Ross lived in Atlanta and niggas was getting their houses robbed? Didn't Envy make fun of Rick Ross back then, or was that somebody else? I could be misremembering. But didn't Envy make fun of Rick Ross? I could be misremembering, fam. But if I remember correctly, Envy was talking shit about Rick Ross. Somebody was making jokes about people getting their houses robbed in Atlanta, because that's where Envy lived. I mean, that's where Rick Ross lived, pardon me. All right. Just so we could be clear. Wasn't that Envy? That could have been somebody else, but I thought it was Envy. In any regard. I can't recall, but Envy not about that life. I don't know if somebody, no, they was making jokes. Like, it was just like jokes or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like trying to point out. It could have been fucking Star. It could have just been Star. It could have just been Star. It was probably Star. Fucking shout out to the Star Report. That's my homie, man. He a funny dude. It could have just been Star though. Because the jokes were actually funny, and none of Envy's jokes are funny. Anybody else here thinks Envy's never funny? Like, Envy is never funny, fam. Like, he tells jokes. He says things that he thinks qualifies as jokes. Is that fair? He makes statements that he thinks should be followed with laughter. Is that fair? I think that's fair. He's not funny. Not even a little. But if he could get somebody to write him some good jokes and teach him some delivery, now he got a good voice for it. He's on the radio. Ja Morant. We talked about the Ja Morant. Ja Morant sneakers sold out in minutes, fam. How Nike will sell Ja Morant sneakers when he's running around pointing guns on social media, but that same social media, all this dude did was put out a tweet that upset the community, and Nike dropped him, Kyrie Irving. So, the bullshit. The bullshit. Nike dropped Kyrie for some shit on the internet because a community got upset over a thing that he retweeted. But Nike will not drop Ja Morant for his actions that can possibly perpetuate gun violence in our communities. So I guess it depends on who feelings you hurt, fam. If you hurt the right person's feelings, ain't nothing gonna happen. Just gotta hurt the right person's feelings. That's it. Okay. Yeah, you just gotta hurt the right person's feelings. That's it. Nothing happens to you. You hurt the wrong person's feelings, Nike gonna drop you. Kimo Savi says they don't make good radio show hosts. Some have that natural delivery to make content, not goofiness, like DJ Envy. He's not gonna get the money he was getting. What you mean? DJ Envy ain't get fired, did he? What are you talking about? DJ Envy got fired? Or you talking about Ja Morant? No, Ja Morant isn't gonna get the monies that he would have got for his talent. Because it's not about how good you can play basketball, it's about how marketable you are. Everything is about marketability. It don't matter if you're a good actor. It just depends on how marketable you are. Why do you think that there's actors that keep making movies and they acting is trash? Well, maybe they attractive. They acting is trash. but maybe they got a big social media following. So, you know, you got athletes who they're not really that good. They have one good season, and during that one good season, they get so much following that the team don't got no choice but to resign them. And then they end up resigning them for more money than they worth. And now the team is screwed for the next 3 seasons because they can't get rid of this nigga's contract. I'm pissed. I was about to go into a thing about the Knicks, but I'm gonna leave it alone. But yeah, that energy. That energy. Show. He's not going to be worth that he was worth before the incident. John Morant, a.k.a. John Wick, a.k.a. NBA Dumbboy, ain't going to be on the cereal box no more. I think that was too much for him, though. I think that was too much for John Morant. I think that they, okay, so before that whole situation even happened, John Morant and his pops was having situations at the arena with other celebrities, right? How y'all doing today? Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Have a blessed day. So, shout out to the Jehovah. Shout out to the... I almost stepped in something. I saw that the last second. My reflexes is crazy, fam. I have very little control over them sometimes. Yeah. All right. I have very little control over my reflexes sometimes. I wish I would have just stepped in the damn shit. I could have hurt myself just now. I wish I would have just stepped in the damn thing. It was just fucking like milkshake or some shit. I think it was like coffee or something. Shit. I want some coffee. I might have to go back to the crib. Well, all right, so at the arena, I'm not talking about who on social media acting wild and acting goofy. At the arena, when he's at his job, when he's doing his job, him and his father don't be having the right type of energy necessarily. All right? So this is his job. He's going to his job with his pops, and him and his pops is getting into arguments with Shannon Sharp, fam. I don't think that there's much of a how do you say not explanation. I don't think there's much of a how you doing? I don't think there's much of a excuses you could give him. He had his actual job, fam, doing what he's supposed to be doing. And they arguing with Shannon Sharp. His father is arguing with players on the court. Like, we can't do this. There's a certain example that we should be setting. So he's not setting that example that he should be setting. So they should have never even decided to go that route in the first place. 9 times out of 10. Because the NBA lines people up with these deals. So 9 times out of 10, the NBA told Nike that he was the next on the list. 9 times out of 10, that's what happened, fam. What the fuck? They want people to try to walk right into you. Like, where the fuck did he expect me to go on the other side, fam? Fucking weirdos. The dad rides the son's coattails all the time. Think he a celebrity jumping inside. My dude, I'm going to tell you what one of the biggest problems. Go speak to somebody else. And this isn't for everybody, because not everybody has this problem. But some of us do. That your parent think that you work for them. There's a lot of parents out there that think that you work for them, fam. They don't think that they're your child. and that you're their child and that they're proud of you. They're not proud of you, fam. They just think you work for them. You understand what I'm saying? And that's the energy I get from John Morant's pops. Because at the end of the day, John Morant is still young. So you're not through raising him. He ain't even 25 yet, is he? You ain't done raising him. There's a point where you're raising your child by being an example. You're raising your child by your child seeing you every day and they're emulating what you're doing. Then there's a point where your child gets older and now they have enough educational understanding about the world that while you're having this conversation with them, you can explain things that you couldn't explain to them when they was children. So now they know why you do certain things and why you don't do other things. So John Morant's father coming to his games, getting drunk and arguing with people is basically undoing any good shit that he actually did in the raising of his child. Because John Morant's still under 25. I think when you're still under 25, you know, you haven't reached your maturity level. So that's the John Morant situation. That's the John Morant problem. So shout out to John Morant. I hope they get that shit fixed. Hope they get that shit fixed. But as long as John Morant's father is having a better time being his friend than he's having admiring the hard work that him and his wife put in to help make John Morant the man that he is today, as long as he's doing the former, then he's not going to be able to do anything to help his son, fam. He has to change that energy. That energy has to be something else. That energy has to be focused on, we work real hard to help him get to the NBA. Now we have to work double hard because getting to the NBA wasn't the end all be all. Living a happy, successful life under God is the end all be all. So we want to live a happy, successful life under the Most High in His name. We want to be in our purpose. Basketball can't be your purpose, but basketball could be the vehicle that allows him to do his purpose. And that's the thing that we got to realize. Our job isn't our purpose. Our career isn't our purpose, man. Often our job and our career is putting us in a situation where we can't even go through with our purpose. Our job isn't our purpose. Our career isn't our purpose. Those are just distractions sometimes to keep us away from God. So that's why whenever anybody say certain things, I be mindful of who might have sent them. Kimo Savi says, the mother is John Morant's management. She has the stroke to make moves. What up, handsome? That's his name, fam. He has that's his name. That's his name right there. Y'all can look and see it. John moves. I think the message he posted is a detractor for him to redeem himself, to bounce back. What message are you talking about? I don't know what message you're talking about. But as far as they is concerned, as far as I'm concerned, I just want to be clear. John Morant's pops needs to stop being his friend. There's nothing wrong with being your child's friend, right? I don't want people to think there's anything wrong with that. There's actually nothing wrong with that. But if you have to choose being their friend in moments where you're supposed to be their advisor, and moments where you're supposed to be their strength, and moments where you're supposed to be their conscience, and instead of being their conscience, what you are is their friend, then there's a problem. in moments where you're supposed to be their advisor, you choose to be their friend, then there's a problem. In moments where you're supposed to be parenting them and stopping them from stepping in shit they're not supposed to be doing, then you're the problem. Oh, you went in? I'm very happy to see that you're not in jail no more, my brother. So yeah, so that energy. And I think that that's the problem people have. You like, especially, you're supposed to laugh with your children, fam. You're supposed to enjoy, your children is supposed to be able to enjoy your company, fam. You're not supposed to be a fucking dictator. You're not supposed to be a villain. Like, you're not supposed to be a villain to your child. There's people that believe that, fam. There's really people, I think I remember your name, my brother. There's really people that believe that you're supposed to be as hard as possible on your child at all times. Never let up. And then your child is going into a world that's going to be hard as possible on them all the time, and never let them up, never let up. Who's going to be your child's strength? You was too busy being your child's most hardest trials. You can't be your child's strength if you spent your child's childhood being your child's, I don't know, correction officer. How are you going to then expect for your child to have faith that you're going to do the right thing for them when they become an adult? How can you expect them to think, you know? Now, you was a dictator, you know, so he was probably too nice on his child. Now he needs to give him some guidance, and he can't give him any guidance because of the way that their relationship is. So just be mindful of that. You want to be your child's friend, but, you know, we're not always friends. We're not always friends. Sometimes, so we're never enemies, but we're not always friends. Sometimes we father, son. Sometimes we friends. You know, when it's time to do work, we father, son. When it's time to enjoy life, we friends. It should be that simple and that easy. And you should have a switch. Anyway, we've been live for 2 hours. I'm about to let y'all go. Darkwing said he might pull up on me today for some basketball or whatever, just to hang out or whatever. We gonna go live when Darkwing pull up. I make sure I get to those people today as soon as possible. I keep trying to tell you, the people in my neighborhood like me. Y'all keep listening to those people that say that people, they're trying to, I want to say something real quick. I'm just gonna throw this out there. So I do know that there's people in my neighborhood trying to like spread lies about me and shit like that. But like, I don't do nothing. I don't do nothing. So you're literally gonna have people watching me while I don't do nothing. So I don't do the thing you're accusing me of. And besides that, I just don't do nothing. I'm just how you doing? I'm just mostly to myself. I mind my business. I try to be polite. That's it. I don't do nothing. There's not even a thing I want to do. So shout out to that. Try to make sure I get into a conversation with these people as soon as possible. See if we could get some tournaments out here, just in general, something. You know, just, you know, for all the kids to get involved, everybody to do something. You know, and it don't have to be just Seagate centric. You know what I'm saying? It could be, you know, for the community. We got other people. Maybe we just need more kids. Maybe more people, you know, just in general. You know? give a couple of parents an opportunity to get involved in the thing. You know what I'm saying? We need more activities that parents could just get involved in and just do with their kid, and then that helps them bond with their kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, when y'all doing these activities with your children that your kids might like and you might not even care about, fam. You might not give a damn about that activity. One, you're not gonna donate. You know what? Let's just say, yeah, sure. If you donate $5 to the Cash App, I'll stay on longer. They're not gonna donate. They just want to say a thing and then say, I was never gonna donate money in the first place. So let's call them on their bluff. If you donate $5, I'll stay on for a little bit longer. There you go. Now you can make your joke. Fat Joe DJ Akademiks beef is corny. What's up with the bozos? What you thinking? Wait, hold on. What do I think about they bullshit? I think Fat Joe has a point. All right, so I'm gonna explain something real quick. I need to get some tissue out the house real quick. So I'm gonna explain something real quick, right? I'm not gonna go off yet. So I'm gonna stay on for a little bit longer just because. But how you doing? But mostly because I just want to show y'all. They be like, yo, we gonna donate if you do a thing. You ain't gonna donate shit, fam. Sure, why not? Donate it. I'm gonna stay on. Hold on one second. I ain't even eat breakfast this morning yet. I think I'm gonna make some grits and eggs. I was gonna buy some turkey bacon yesterday. Just didn't. Hold on. Whew, good thing I got my keys in my pocket. So, hold on. Wipe up my nose and shit. So, yeah, Fat Joe's making a good point, fam. So basically, this is the issue. A lot of journalists ask questions to keep people in beefs. We haven't really been needing to do that a lot lately because YouTube is the worst. So Instagram and YouTube is the worst. It keeps all types of beefs going that don't need to be happening. So nobody's been needing to do that lately. So what Fat Joe said was true though. One of the things that the journalists, and all journalists do, not all journalists, that's not fair, but there's journalists in every field that do this. And what they do is they ask you a question that causes for you to say something that causes a problem with another set of people. You understand what I'm saying? So they'll say some weirdo shit for whatever the reason is, and then you answer the question, and now you and somebody else got beef forever over nothing, over something that you could have just kept to yourself and nobody would have cared about. You understand what I'm saying? So he has a point. And specifically, a person like Fat Joe, who's been in quite a few beefs in hip hop, and if I recall correctly, a couple of the beefs that he was in, it was just misunderstandings because there was questions asked to people by journalists, and journalists said certain things, and it wasn't even it was really no personal, and these people never actually did anything, and there was really no personal issue. You understand what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? So Fat Joe might be partial to that particular situation. Fat Joe might be partial to that particular situation. Also, we had somebody in here the other day that was they actually from around here, and they dropped the location of a party. They should have said, yo, Jack, you invited. I walked over there. I might have walked over there. Maybe not. I don't know. I might have walked over there. Yeah, so that shit's funny. Let me make sure this shit is live. Yeah, so no, so he got a point, fam. He got a great point. He has an excellent point. But also, cause like, alright, so, and I say this with the understanding of, okay, so people don't remember how it was when them Don Diva magazines caused a lot of beef in the streets, fam. I guess that's the best way I could put it. A lot of those magazines caused a lot of problems. All right, the Source magazine caused a shitload of problems. A lot of these magazines cause problems because they're busy going and having conversations with people and asking them questions, and then now there's beef, and there's people, and people have died over this beef, fam. I'm not gonna stand on here and start yelling out names and shit like that. But people have died over beef from the media, from social media. People was dying. So this is the issue that this dude have. You understand what I'm saying? I'm literally responding to your Akademiks DJ, Akademiks Fat Joe shit right now as we speak, man. What's up, my brother? All right. I'm literally responding to that as we speak. That's what I was talking about. So I understand what Fat Joe was saying. You understand what I'm saying? But also at the same time, I don't think that he was asking him that question. I think dude wanted him to ask him that question. You understand? I think he went on the show. Okay. I think he went on the show. Person went on the show in order to have that question. Hey, what's up? How you doing today? Chilling? Sheesh. So, I'm just gonna be quiet. She got a nice body though, that's a fact. And no, I'm just kicking you. Yeah, I'm just kicking you. I told you people just be making shit up. All I said was, I'm gonna say this real quick so you can understand just how hated I am. I said somebody was doing a business where they was flying people to the Dominican Republic, and we have no way to know if the people that he's flying over there, why the reasons why they will be going over there. That person is now saying that I am one that is trying to say that he's doing some kind of trafficking. It sounds to me like he might be doing trafficking because that's not what I said. So it sounds to me like you might actually be doing trafficking because that's not what I said. So maybe we call the FBI and, you know, that's just saying. Maybe somebody calls the FBI on you and just look into that a little bit. That's all I'm saying. It don't even need to be true, fam. Like, on some real shit. Because the thing that I said is some real shit. Nobody could know who you taking over there and what their purposes is. Nobody could know. All niggas know is that you saying I'm flying people to the Dominican Republic. That's all people know. A place that's known for trafficking. So, do whatever you want to do, fam. I don't like none of y'all. I think the world is better off with you out of here, just so we can be clear. Just so we can be clear. That was my brother, by the way. I said something like that, and he's immediately taking it like I'm attacking him. Them niggas just don't like me, fam. Them niggas just don't like me. They follow everything I'm doing, how you do. And they just want to try to hurt me in any way that they can because I don't want to be around them. So shout out to y'all. I don't want to be around y'all, and I choose death first. Just so we can be clear, if there's any misunderstanding. If there's any misunderstanding. Shout out to California. What up, Latoya Hicks? They just, anything I say, they just twist it So they have a reason to say that they're attacking me because I allegedly did something to them. You understand? What's up? I don't got no basketball clothes on right now, homie. Look at me.
Hey, yo, you said you were coming at 3 o'clock.
I said 3 o'clock. It's not even 3. It's not even 1 o'clock, fam. It's 11:30.
11:30?
Yes, sir.
Then my brother said you were going to work.
Oh, shoot.
Sorry.
Yeah, all the things.
I'm going to play a little basketball.
All right, I'm going to come out like around 3 o'clock.
Okay, I'll go play.
Give me that.
Hey, you.
You the man. Oh, he a little pimp over there. Then he walked past the shorties. He was like, hi, ladies. He a little pimp over there. Basically, Fat Joe didn't like the questions. First of all, Akademiks isn't a real journalist. Y'all just call him that because people want to talk to him. He's not a real journalist, fam. And I'm not mad at him for that either. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not a hater. I'm not capable of that. He just isn't a real journalist. He's a promotional tool. He promotes people platforms, which is dope, by the way. It's a lot of money in that. But he doesn't do journalism. You think Akademiks sits down and reads books on things? The drugs. You must be on all of them. Akademiks ain't sitting around reading no books on things, fam. Akademiks is doing what he do, and you gotta respect it. Like at the end of the day, you know, respect the person's success. How you supposed to get successful if you ain't respecting somebody else's success? Respect the person's success. Want them to be successful. Shoot for that, you know. Let's encourage each other. Let's want each other to succeed. Let's want each other to win. That energy, that part, you know. Appreciate you, Latoya Hicks. That's a fact. I just sometimes be feeling like I need to point out the hypocrisy, that I'm really not doing anything to these people, that they just listen to every little tiny thing that I say. They take whatever I say out of context, and then they pretend I'm doing something to them, and they ask everybody to help them to destroy me. Like, this shit is bananas, fam, and it don't make sense. I don't even understand how people keep falling for it. That's why I just assume everybody's bad. like, I know my intentions. I know what I'm saying. That's why I just assume that. I can't see the words. EOS, what up, EOS? Says, for what Act does, I think asks any crazy questions. Dirk went Act for a reason. Dirk was prepared. Exactly. I'm pretty sure Dirk calls up Act, his people. They talk. Act and Dirk just talk personally. And then he says, yo, there's some things I want to get off my chest. Could I pull up on your platform? Sure. Yo, I want you to ask me about this and about that. I want to talk about, oh, sure. It's that simple. Good morning. It's that simple. Yo, there's some things I want to talk about on your platform, yada, yada, yada. It's that simple. So I understand where Fat Joe is coming from, but Fat Joe knows how this game goes. He probably just want to argue with Act right now. Or he's doing that thing that my son is always saying that he's doing when he's trying to check behavior. You understand what I'm saying? Sometimes my son be on point when he trying to check niggas' behavior. So I'm not saying that as a negative thing. Sometimes he be on point. Sometimes niggas need to get checked, fam. And I'm saying the N-word and the F-word, fam. Sometimes dudes need to get checked. So that's what Akademiks, that's what also, if you're enjoying any aspect of this show, you could always pull up to the Cash App. If you're enjoying any aspect of this show, you could always pull up to the Cash App. So We back at the crib. Shorty was in the bikini a minute ago. She a cutie too. This Ukrainian chick goes down the block. She's a whole cutie. That's the second time I seen her this morning. Hold on 1 second. Oh, good. All right, hold on 1 second. Shorty was definitely looking good in that bikinis over here. She has a nice body over here. All of the things. All of the things. All of the things. Hold on 1 second. If y'all enjoying or appreciating any of our content this morning, you could always pull up to the Cash App. We appreciate and accept all donations. Shout out to homegirl I was talking to this morning too. Cause yeah, we're gonna try to get some stuff going on over here. We're gonna try to get some stuff going on over here with the community over here. For real, for real. Keep trying to tell y'all. Listening to them other niggas. I'm weirdo ass niggas. Let me see what the comments are right now. There are a lot of fake people. Yeah, so I think that those questions were asked. I think that they were already predetermined questions. I think those are just things that he wanted to go in there and talk about. But academics is targeted for reasons. There are platforms that probably don't really care for academics. If you notice, academics talk to a lot of newer rappers, not many of the older rappers. So there's probably a lot of platforms that just don't, a lot of people that artists that just don't care for academics and the way that he conducts what he considers to be his business, which is his business, man. I'm not here for the hate. That's all I can tell you. I'm not here for the hate. I'm never here for the hate. This is not a part of what I agree with. I'm just never here for the hate, fam. Not ever. Just so we can be clear. Fucking what else y'all want to talk about? See, that's why I be liking to walk. I walk and talk, fam. If you've ever been on the phone with me, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. You'll be just hearing me walking and pacing while I'm on the phone talking. Especially if we on FaceTime or whatever. A lot of times you just be seeing me walking and pacing. I just enjoy walking. I don't know what to tell you. I probably walked about, that's a little bit less than a mile. We walk there and then we walk back. So that I walked at least a mile and a half, then I walked there. So that's about 2 miles so far. Then I walked there and I walked there. So I probably walked about 2.5 to 3 miles already this morning. What else y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. Or is there anything you want to ask me specifically? I'm not in a big rush. I am hungry. I need to go eat. But I'm not in a big rush. Anything you want to ask me specifically? Anything y'all want to ask me specifically? Also, if y'all see me on live, y'all see how easily people talk to me? Like, do you see? Like, do you see? Because y'all keep hearing I'm a bad person. Like, Taxstone's trial has passed already. It's Taxstone's sentencing, and that's June 20th. Give me 1 second. Taxstone's trial already passed. He was convicted of manslaughter, and I think the second. Yeah, Taxstone's trial already passed. He was convicted. It's already passed. So, just so we could be clear, when I come into contact with the people from the community that are involved in the community, they fuck with me, and I've already had quite a few different conversations with them about doing community events and being involved in community events, and they want me to. Also, when y'all see me and I'm on live and I just come into contact with even kids, the kids is asking me to come outside and play with them and just do stuff. So people have convinced you I'm a bad person. You still believe them? Like, you still believe them? You still believe them? It's not obvious they was lying? What part was funny earlier? I'm assuming you're going to say something where I'm about to kick you. What part was funny earlier? I'm assuming you'll say something and I'm about to kick you. What part was funny earlier? Oh, okay, no response. Anyway, oh, the kid asking, okay, my fault, I wasn't gonna kick you. Yeah, the dude came up to me, was like, hey, something. You coming out outside to play? I was like, yeah, well, 3 o'clock. He was like, I thought you was coming out. Like, oh, it's not 3, kid. Then he walked right away from me and said, hello, ladies. I was like, all right, I ain't mad at you. Let's go. I didn't say anything about your business. I didn't say anything about your business. Do all the interviews you want to do. Do all the interviews. Say all the lies you want to say. Every lie you want to say it. I hope God is listening. And I hope I know God is listening. I know God see you now. So whatever you want to do to send yourself to hell, go right about it. Call them jokes too. I already showed y'all what God said about jokes that you do that hurt other people. When you make a joke that hurts another person, God hates that. Literally hates it. So make all the jokes you can to try to hurt me. Make every joke you want that's going to try to hurt me. Boom. Or do whatever the real shit is to try to do it. You're going to have to answer you do understand, no matter what you do to me or do to me in this life, you're going to hell. So no matter what happens, I'm going to get the last, no matter what happens, I'm going to get the last word. Like, no matter what happens, you're going to go to hell. So no matter what happens, I'm going to get the last word. And I can't wait. I wish I would be able to see your face and not go to hell with you, obviously. But I wish I could see your face when it hits you, how evil what you're doing is. I wish I could see your face. I wish. But like, yo, I really am going to hell. This nigga was right. I wish I could see your face in that moment. Be right back. My coffee is ready. Yeah, I wish I could see that face in that moment, in that very moment. I wish I could see a face in that moment when you realize. Where's my jacket? Got some packets of these. In that moment, I wish I could see that moment when you realize all of those excuses ain't gonna matter because what you're doing is so evil that it don't even matter. It don't matter that there's no excuse you can attach to it. I would love to see that. My brother's he don't believe in God, by the way. My brother don't believe in God. So y'all keep listening to that nigga. My oldest brother, he don't believe in God. Y'all keep listening to that nigga. He's one of those dudes that argue with you why God ain't real. He's one of those guys. Keep listening to that dude. He's 100% one of those people who don't. I used to have to listen to him argue with my other brother about how God ain't real. He don't believe God is real. So y'all side with that nigga all you want. Yeah, that my oldest brother, he don't believe God is real. He don't believe in God. He think God is fake. And he will argue over this. I'm trying to tell you, those people evil. With that being said, what else y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. They just don't want me talking about whatever the topic is. So whenever I'm talking about the topic, they come in here. So what do y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. I mean, I could dead the live. We've been on live for a dumb long time. I guess I need some opportunity. I'm going to make me some grits and eggs this morning. I wish I would have got some turkey bacon from the store, though. But budgetary concerns. That's what we're going to say. Dude, that's all I can say. God's people know God's people, fam. That's all I'm going to say. God's people know God's people, fam. And apparently the police is telling the lady good things about me. So, keep trying to tell you, I live in a gated community and they got guns. Please don't come over here trying to start anything. These men are here to get paychecks. These men are not here to get traumatized and have to do something with their firearm that they might not be able to live with. So, just keep that in mind when you're out there yelling at people, shoot you. Like when you see a police officer and you're like, shoot me, shoot me. Keep that in mind, man.
Not everybody is these people that want to come out here and have violence. Some people just want to go to work and then go home. That's it. Just want to go home, go to work, pick up their paycheck, feed their family. They don't want to shoot you. They don't want to attack you. They don't want to have any kind of negative interaction with you. They're here for all the peace. You know, it'd be dope if we could get a Seagate tournament going on in here. I'm just telling you, that'd be dope. And we just make our tournament different. We got a small court, so 4 people. 4 people on the court at a time. We have, it'd be so dope if they just renovate a little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit. We need new lines on the floor. I would like some new lines and stuff like that, but we got to get money together for that. So that's a ways off. Maybe get some funding from somewhere. But yeah, we can have our own Seagate tournament. That'd be so dope. That'd be so dope. Dude, they got a baseball field around here. Like, we get our own, and they got pickleball. I want to have a pickleball tournament too. So I want to talk to them. We can have a Seagate tournament for basketball. I have a Picklegate. We can put all that shit on the BBN fucking pickleball. We put all that shit on the BBN, nigga. That'd be our shit or our network. Hell yeah. That's a fact. And in the off season during the winter, maybe a couple of the basketball players is in college or high school. Maybe we follow them. Maybe we follow them. Maybe we got a couple of aspiring internet, people around here that want to be journalists of some kind, and I give them the opportunity to go do their journalism and bring it to the BBN. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. I'm up for it. I'm 100% up for it. I would like to do a pickleball tournament, and we get. I don't know how to shit work. So, we get the shit, we get our commentators, because I want to do commentary over the top of everything that we do. So I'm going to do commentary over the top of whatever basketball we do, and we're going to do commentary over the top of the pickleball. And maybe we get some other shit. I like to have some tournaments with some old people in it. The Brooklyn Memorial Day Parade is today, too. I don't really support all of any of that stuff. I'm going to be with Darkwing, whatever Darkwing want to do. If Darkwing want to go pull up over there, I'll pull up with him. Whatever Darkwing want to do, I'm going to be with Darkwing. I so miss having a girlfriend, being able to say that. Like, I'm saying I'm going to be with Darkwing because I'm hanging out with Darkwing, and I'm open to go do that if that's something that he want to go do. But there's a couple of things that I really miss besides sex, obviously. Having a girlfriend. And that's one of the things that I miss. Being in a relationship with some chick that she has things that interest her. So I know I don't want to think about what we doing today. I'm just going to go do the stuff that I got to do. And then the rest of the day, I'm just going to go do the stuff that you want to do. And then, I don't got to think. You understand what I'm saying? Like, okay, this is what we doing. And I just go and I just be helpful. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's dope, fam. Just as long as it don't happen too much. That's dope. As long as it's just not too much. Because that shit could be too much, man. Where I just never get the chance to do anything that I need to do. She could be too much. As long as it ain't too much, I miss that. What you doing today? I'm not sure, man. I gotta ask the old lady. She had plans for some shit. I don't know what it is. I might hate it. And then I get there and I love it. I don't know, man. Gotta ask the old lady. Kendra always had plans on doing shit. Like, she used to keep us busy. Really? How have empty ideas if we just heard me talking to the lady about the thing? We just literally was just talking to the lady about it. So what are you talking about? We was just literally talking to the lady. What are you talking about? And y'all don't know her, so y'all can't convince her to not do the thing with me like you usually do with other people. Just talking to the lady. Just talking to the lady on live, by the way. And she mentioned that we've had this conversation, that we've been speaking about this. It's an ongoing conversation that we've been having amongst quite a few different people. You just lie, fam. That's it. You just try to block me every time I'm doing something, and then you go tell the people that I didn't do the thing or that I got empty words when the whole time you're trying to block me. I can't wait for God to deal with you people. What else y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. If this is the only guy I'm talking to, y'all know I'm gonna get off him. Because I don't got nothing else to talk about. And if the only person I'm talking to is the people that hate me, I'm about to get off. Chemo Savi says, yo, you check out Shannon Sharp bugging out on Kwame Brown. And stop telling people I'm schizophrenic, fam. I'm not schizophrenic, fam. You don't even know what schizophrenic means. I'm not schizophrenic, fam. I'm literally not schizophrenic, fam. Literally not schizophrenic, fam. And my family literally have paperwork saying that I don't suffer from that. Because they tried to get me screwed up and they tried to fuck my life over and make the government put me on medicine. And the government said that they can't do that. And then my father, I'm gonna tell you the funniest shit. My father told the doctor that he was gonna kick me in the street if the doctor didn't prescribe me some kind of medicine. And the doctor wanted to go to the judge with it. The doctor wanted to tell the courts. The doctor was like, this shit is unethical. There ain't nothing wrong with him. Chemo Savi says, yo, did you check out Shannon Sharp bugging out on Kwame Brown about LeBron's retirement? I think Shannon Sharp is just on LeBron James nuts. So I don't like speaking on it too much because Shannon Sharp is fanboying too hard. Okay, so this is what I think happened. Listen and pay attention. Before we get to Shannon Sharp, I want to discuss Skip Bayless. So Skip Bayless has been a Jordan promoter, LeBron detractor for the longest. Skip Bayless is sometimes unfair. I want to be clear on this. I believe Jordan to be the better player. I believe Jordan to be the greatest player. I believe Jordan to be the greatest player ever. So I'm not saying that Skip Bayless isn't right when he's saying these things. I think that he's usually unfair to LeBron, although. So when Skip Bayless leaves First Take and he goes to Undisputed and he has to find himself somebody else to go and debate against, one of the he gets Shannon Sharp. One of the things that was probably a prerequisite is to get somebody that's going to be pro LeBron James. So what I think happened is Shannon Sharp's professional career is now intertwined with LeBron James's success. So when he's defending LeBron James, in reality, what he's also doing is defending his own career decisions. So I don't really listen to much that Shannon says about LeBron, just like I don't generally listen to much that Skip says about LeBron, because I understand that they're both doing it for purposes of their work, whether they're speaking positively and or negatively. And so I think it's so. LeBron's not retiring. He said he wants to play with his kids. He's saying that he might retire. He probably feels that way, though. You know, he probably feels that way, fam. Maybe he goes sign the paperwork and have to unretire. He might feel that way. I don't think it's cap. I think he might feel that way. See, this is the problem that we live in. I'm not talking about none of you. This is the problem when we live in a society where people get trophies for participation. People forget how hard people who are actually winners take it when they lose. I'm going to say that again. This is the problem because we gave away so many trophies for just participation over the last 30 years. People forget or don't understand how hard Winners take it when they lose. When you're a winner, when you're used to winning, when you win all the time, you win without effort. You just win. When something actually matters and then you lose, that shit hurt. But you got a lot of niggas that they live in this new world of everybody get a trophy. So to them, when you get hurt for reasons like that, they can't understand it. They think it's a game. They think you faking. You understand? Because to them, they can't understand that emotion, or they just don't think your feelings matter. I grew up with people who didn't think my feelings matter. And that's another reason why it's so easy for me to just never speak to nobody. Because I'm used to, because my whole thing is after you do certain things and you treat it, you're just going to always treat that person that way. You understand? There's just certain things that people that care about your well-being will not ever do. And once somebody don't care about your well-being, you caring about their well-being hurts you. It puts you at a disadvantage. And that's a factual statement, by the way. You can do what you want with it. So that part. I grew up in the era where people were pretending like their kids had mental health problems so they could get free checks from the government, fam. I grew up in an era where people would try to pretend like their kid was mentally sick so they can go put them on papers and get social security checks for them, fam. And nothing wrong with their kid, fam. Nothing. No. Kimo Savi says, yeah, for sure. Speak on the tournament. I don't know what we're gonna do right now. It's all in just the developmental stage. We're just discussing it. Maybe nothing happened. Maybe something happened. This is all the developmental stage. That's it. We don't even have the resources. You have no idea how many times we work things out how to do something, and then there's just no resources, so we can't do the thing. Because remember, at the end of the day, we still need resources. You understand? You have no idea how many times I tried to work with people on things, and then there's no resources. They expect for me to pay for everything or something along those lines. You understand what I'm saying? There's no resources. These dudes wanted to shoot. I can't get over this. These dudes wanted me to shoot them a web series. They didn't get no money together to pay me. They wanted me to shoot and edit a web series. For free. And because I didn't do it for free, they telling niggas that I don't, all types, I don't know what the fuck they actually telling niggas, but they wanted me to shoot, edit, write for free. For free. Them niggas ain't come to me with no nothing. They didn't have a plan, no nothing. They just wanted me to just shoot it and do all the work for free. But when they talk to somebody else about doing something, they paying them.
So we get resources, we'll do the thing. But if we don't get resources, it's not possible. You gotta not the people in here. We're not talking about the basketball thing. But I've been involved in situations where people really believe that I was supposed to foot the whole entire bill. Nobody else was supposed to do nothing. I was supposed to do all the work, and I wasn't gonna get paid nothing. I don't think that's not this situation, but I just want to tell you, because these are the same people that's out there telling people that I'll be capping and I'm gonna start something, ain't gonna finish. No, we can start the thing, but there's a point where money has to exchange hands. You don't want to exchange any money to me, but you want me to do all the work. And then you call me a bum. And you disrespect me when I don't want to work for free. And you say I'm lazy when I don't want to work for free because y'all don't want to pay me. Agreed. A couple of small businesses, couple of sponsors, small businesses, we could get the shit going. That's a fact. Niggas wanted me to work for free, fam. I'm not going to call nobody names out or nothing like that. I'm not going to do all that. There's no reason right now. But yeah, they wanted me to work for free. So the next time somebody tells you that I had an idea for something, you ask them how much were they going to pay me. So hold on, how much you talked about paying him? For how much work? Oh, you wasn't going to pay him nothing. You just thought he was supposed to do it by himself. So how was he supposed to? Oh, so you wasn't nothing. But if you hire somebody else, you're going to pay that person. So you only want to jack the work for you because you thought you was going to make him be able to do all of this work for free. So that's why you thought it was going to happen. So that's what you thought was going to happen. You wanted me to work for free, fam. Now, look, I don't even think this is a real person. I don't think this is a real person, but I'll respond to this comment. Said Brian, I don't know, Byron something. That's a dream of mine to shoot a web series. I will partner with you on how much you think it will cost. I don't know. What are we trying to do? What are we trying to do? On a web series, one person that 100% gets paid is the fucking cameraman and the editor. How's the cameraman and the editor not getting paid? So I don't know. What are you trying to do? I mean, we'd have to discuss it, do a numbers breakdown, and find out what we actually trying to do. That's it. It's that simple, fam. Niggas be like, why Jack always talking about some stuff and don't get to it? Well, yeah, I be talking about let's do this and let's do that. But then when I say, okay, so who paying for it? Don't nobody want to pay for nothing. But if somebody else is doing it, you will pay them. But you don't want to pay them if it's me. You'll pay anyone else, though. If I don't do it, it's because I'm lazy. If somebody else don't do it, it's because you can't afford it. I get it. No, I understand exactly what you're trying to tell me. I get it. What else? What else we talking about? I don't want to talk about this no more. I'm about to let y'all go. We're about 3 hours in this bitch. What else y'all want to talk about? I'm over here thinking about food. I ain't gonna lie.
I bought some. Yeah, but that's not explaining nothing. 8 episodes, 30 minutes a piece ain't talking about how long it's going to take to actually film. That's not talking about how long it's going to take for me to actually edit. That's not talking about where the location is going to be at. That's talking about none of that. You're just saying, you're just throwing out numbers. Also, you shouldn't shoot 30-minute episodes. You don't know. Okay, so I just want to just real quick why I think that this is all cap. First thing I want to say is this. You don't shoot 30-minute episodes of anything. You're just saying 30 minutes because you think that's what TV does. TV doesn't shoot 30-minute episodes. They shoot 22-minute episodes or they shoot 44-minute episodes. Got me? That's one. Two, 8 episodes, 30 minutes. That doesn't entail how long it's going to take for me to edit. That doesn't tell how long it's going to take for us to shoot. That's where how much I get paid determines. If you want to do about an hour, we could do about an hour. But you just want me to say a thing so I could give you a number. You understand? Y'all do understand what he's trying to do. Or she, whoever this is. They're just trying to get me to say a number so they can say I'm trying to trick somebody. You understand? See? Look, they just want a number so bad so they could say I'm doing something wrong. You understand? Chemo Savi says sponsors are a must of top advertisement and promoting the venue and get people involved like legwork, footwork, and everything. Well, there's a lot of people that live in here that own businesses. There's a lot of business owners in here. So I don't think it should be too. I'm talking about inside of the Seagate. So I don't think there shouldn't be a too hard to find people that might want to be involved in the thing. And I wouldn't be. They should have a budget here also. So I'm pretty sure there's funding. There's funding in general to get things done. But besides that, I don't see any reason why there's a lot of business owners in here. I wouldn't see any reason why the business owners in here wouldn't want to. I'm pretty sure there's a couple that would want to be involved in something for community affairs. You don't need a number. Listen to this sentence. I just really want you to listen to this sentence. I don't need a number, but I'm just asking, what do I have to do to get a quote? A quote is a number. There's no way that you could tell me enough right here during this live in order for me to be able to give you a number of how much it'll cost. I feel like no matter what number I say, there's going to be ridicule. So I don't even want to say a number. I feel like there's no right answer that I can give. So I just prefer not to give no answer. No matter what I do, something bad is going to happen. So I might as well just do what I want to do. What do I need? What do you need? Well, how are you going to contact me? You contact me through my DMs. And if you contact me through my DMs, I can answer. You need me to answer right here on live. Why? I think I've been pretty transparent and I've been pretty helpful with what I have to say. You should be saying, how can I contact you? But you're not saying that. When I was talking to the lady earlier, did you notice that she said, we got to exchange contact information? You're not saying anything like that, but you're trying to shoot a whole web series? You're trying to shoot a whole web series.
What up, produced by Tyler? Salute. You're trying to shoot a whole web series, but you haven't even asked me about how we're gonna exchange contact information. But you want me to shoot a whole eight episode web series. And I'm 100% sure there's people here that still believe it. I'm actually surprised that didn't nobody say something along the lines trying to push it, like, you know, encourage me to do the thing that you want me to do. So what do you think about my hooping that you was watching yesterday? I want to say something. So I can be a lot more active, visibly active. See, I'm getting a sense you all capping can't doing it. I'm offering you an opportunity to do business. You just capping. So when I tell you to get my personal information, I'm just capping. But up until the whole point that I said, you know what? You should get my personal information. Now, hold on. Let's stop everything. Just so we could be clear, whenever somebody say that somebody is doing something, they say, why did you bring it to social media? Why didn't you just contact me? So I'm busy telling you, you should just contact me. And you're saying, no, we have to do this over social media. And I'm the one that's capping. Am I clear? I'm clear on that? Am I clear on that? I'm clear on that, right? Generally speaking, people say, yo, that was not information for everybody. You should have just contacted me. Right? So I'm saying this information, it ain't for everybody. You should just contact me. And your response is, I'm capping? I'm just going to kick you all the way out the door so you can't come back. How about that? Now you can't come back. So when I say you're not even asking me for contact information, but I'm capping. You're trying to do business with me and you're not even asking for contact information, but I'm capping. All right, I'm about to let y'all go. Anything y'all want to, anything while we walking out the door? Anything anybody want to say while we walking out the door? I'm about to let y'all go. These are the only people I'm going to be, only guy. Kimo Sabi's trying his best. But other than that, this is the only guy I'm going to basically be talking to, right? So I don't want to be here no more. Anything else anybody want to ask me real quick before I get up out of here? I got to blow my nose and shit. Anything anybody want to ask me before I get up? I don't want to be here. Like, this is the type of shit I got to deal with. I don't want to deal with this. What up, Tori Mosley? He says, who wins Game 7 tonight? To be honest with you, I hope Miami win. Latest on YSL. I don't have anything on YSL at the moment. We could rehash some of the stuff that I got to blow my nose. To me. I don't have anything on YSL, but we could discuss the Gunner thing over. We could discuss the Gunner thing over. Game 7, like I said, I want Miami to win, but that's because I'm a Jimmy Butler fan. I fuck with Jimmy Butler. He's just a good teammate, fan. I respect his. I remember when he was on Chicago. I liked him ever since he was on Chicago with Derrick Rose, with D Rose. So I'm just a Jimmy Butler fan. So I want Miami to win. Also, I just don't think I like Tatum. I just don't see him as a superstar. I'm sorry, and I don't know why. I just don't see. It seems to me like they're trying to force Tatum and Jaylen Brown down our throats. That's how it feels. They just don't have the charisma. Like, I guess they got the game, but not the charisma. Yes, they have a ref that's under investigation, and that's the same ref that when Miami
dude made a shot in Miami, and all of a sudden the ref was like, oh, like he was upset when Jimmy Butler made a basket, and then now all of a sudden Miami loses 3 straight games. Just something to think about. Something to think about. Something to think about. Yeah, something to think about. That's bananas. Say yes, his Twitter got exposed. Yeah. Apparently he was defending himself on Twitter or some shit like that. But I knew that the NBA, I felt that the NBA was rigged ever since the 90s with the Knicks. Because the Knicks should have a chip, fam. But I don't think the NBA rigs, I don't think the NBA is rigged the way y'all think the NBA is rigged. I think it's rigged differently. And Scott Foster is replacing him for Game 7 tonight, and Boston with him retiring. Interesting. Oh, well, who retired? The dude is retiring? The ref? Oh, you said reffing. And Boston is 12-0 with Scott Foster reffing, and Scott Foster's gonna replace the dude. Don't know what else to tell you, friend. But I don't think the NBA is rigged the way y'all think it's rigged. I'm gonna tell you the way I think it's rigged. Listen. I think it's rigged like this. I think the NBA purposely makes calls go against you, right? So then there can be an exciting ending. You know what I'm saying? So I think they just be trying to make exciting games. You understand? So I think sometimes they just call a lot of calls for the other team on purpose so you can make a 20-point comeback. You understand? They call a lot of game points for the other team on so the game could be more exciting. So I think that is that. So I'm not. So I think that goes on. And sometimes the players can't live up to, pull that rabbit out the hat. I think that's one of the reasons why Kobe is so, because I think they did that to Kobe multiple times. I just the way I feel. I think multiple times they did that to Kobe. They just put him in no-win situations, and then Kobe ended up winning. And I think they did that. That happened to Jordan a couple of times also. They put him in no-win situations, and then the motherfucker still won. There's a couple of players they was doing that to. I think Jordan is the best basketball player ever, period. I'm sorry. I don't think there's anybody that's ever I've ever seen play basketball that can guard him. That's one. Two, when you have good footwork, you don't run out of moves, fam. Like, you don't run out of moves. So we played hooped out yesterday, me and Darkwing. Darkwing is nice, by the way. I could tell that Darkwing is nice. Like, he's older now, obviously, but when Darkwing had it, I could tell he had it. All right, Darkwing is nice. So I'm playing with Darkwing. We on the same team. So I'm playing with Darkwing. We on the same team. After the game is over, we driving in the car, we doing whatever, right? We talking, right? Me, him, and his son. We talking. And the dude mentioned that I got a lot basically in my bag. There's a lot that come with me. I got a shitload of moves, fam. I was playing yesterday. Y'all couldn't see this because I think the thing already went off. So we playing the full court. These dudes is coming down. This is a 4-man full. These dudes is coming down, still throwing the double at me while one guy is yelling to the other guy, watch out for the spin move. So I'm tough, fam. I'm tough. Tori Mosey says, I finally admitted that Jordan was the greatest ever over LeBron when I saw that stat that Jordan never lost 3 games in a row during both his three. Yeah, Jordan's never lost 3 games in a row, fam, during his three-peat. That's bananas. These dudes, LeBron is going on 5 and 6 game win loss streaks, and twice, 3 times in the same damn year. This nigga Jordan never lost 3 times in a row over the course of his when he was at his peak, his prime. That's bananas. What up to the few? If anybody is enjoying any aspect of the show, y'all can always pull up to the Cash App. Any type of donations is always appreciated. I'm gonna let y'all go though right now. We're gonna be back later. I plan on going live today. I'm gonna try to go live a couple of more times today, not just playing basketball. We might just go live, just talking when Darkwing get here. Yeah, Jordan didn't use drugs as far as we know. But who are you accusing of using drugs? I know they got the thing where everybody says LeBron uses drugs, but there's no definitive thing on that. I don't want to put that on him. Scottie Pippen's still out here trash talking LeBron being petty because his son is the. Well, I think. Okay, so I want to say something real quick. Besides the father thing, later, Darkwing, appreciate you. Besides the father thing, I want to say this. Pippen lost out on a lot of money during his playing career because he was convinced to not ask for his worth from the Chicago Bulls so they could keep that team together. So besides his wife, Pippen has other reasons to also feel like he was slighted. All right? Everybody forgets. Some of y'all wasn't alive. There was a big situation that when Pippen might have left the Bulls because they didn't want to pay him. And then he just mysteriously accepted bullshit money. Everybody forgets about that. Pippen had contract negotiation issues with the Bulls during Jordan's tenure. They convinced him to come back without accepting the monies that he should have got. There's an argument that could be made for about 2 years. Pippen was the second best player in the fucking league, fam. $1993. Besides Jordan, who's better than Pippen in the league? Any player that you name, there can be an argument that Pippen is better than them. Pippen might not be better than them. I'm saying that there can be an argument. A sensible one. 1993. Besides Jordan, name me a player in the league better than Pippen. I'll wait. I don't want to hear Barkley. There's no defense playing ass. I don't want to hear David Robinson choking in big games. Tell me who? Steph who? Steph who? Was there even a Steph in the league in 1993? I don't even think there was a Steph in the league in 1993. So I don't know what you're talking about. Name me a player in 1993 that was better than Scottie Pippen, other than Michael Jordan. So there's an argument that could be made that Scottie Pippen was the third best player in the entire league. And there was like 20 niggas paid more than him. 30 niggas paid more than him.
First David Robinson and then Duncan. Now Coach Pop has Victor. How lucky could he get? That's not luck, fam. Okay, so the Knicks fucked up. I'm gonna explain. When the Knicks got, who was the tall dude from, I forgot what country he's from. He's from one of those Eastern European countries. And he went there when Melo was there. He plays for Washington Wizards right now. So this was the issue. When you get players, especially foreign players, the NBA want to know if you could develop them. Being able to develop them is so important. Kristaps, thank you. Kristaps Porzingis. The Knicks were not able to develop Kristaps Porzingis. They weren't able to develop him. So we would not, if you were the NBA, want another foreign possible superstar to go to the Knicks. Why? Because they don't know how to develop players well. They haven't been proven to be able to develop players. Now take Popovich. Yeah, we knew Duncan was going to be who Duncan was. David Robinson, we knew David Robinson was going to be who David Robinson was. But people didn't know that a lot of the other players that turned out to be superstars, like who was the point guard that they had that was just absolutely superb for all of those years? I can't remember his name. He was married to Ava Longoria. Niggas didn't really know. He's French. I forgot his name. Niggas didn't really know he was gonna blow like that. The fucking the dude from South America that brought the Euro over here, Howard Body. Even though there was people doing Euros before he brought it over here. Niggas didn't know about him. These are players that got developed. Kawhi Leonard. Where was Kawhi Leonard chosen in the draft? These are players that were developed. So Popovich knows how to develop players. So if you have a player like Wanabayani, Tony Parker, appreciate you. When you have a player like him that you're not sure how he's going to fit in the league, and Ginobili, appreciate you. When you're not sure how he's going to fit in the league, you will want him to go somewhere where he could be developed. And for anybody that really, really understands, that's what happened with the situation with Jordan when Jordan got that young boy from high school and the dude right now that's on the internet arguing all the time. Forgot his name. So that's when Jordan got him with the Washington Wizards. Jordan wasn't able to develop that player because Jordan was still on the we're gonna break you. He didn't know how to build people up. See, the thing that helped the Bulls out is the Bulls had freaking Jackson, their coach. He knew how to build players up. You have to know how to build people up, man. That's important to know how to build people up. Kawhi Brown, appreciate you. So yeah, that's what happened to Kawhi Brown. He wasn't in a situation where it was building him up. They was in a situation where it was tearing him down. So that's not a good place to develop. So Popovich developed players well. There's a couple of other players that played under Popovich, and when they aren't playing under Popovich, it's not the same player. Or those players weren't projected to do as much, and then after going to San Antonio, they did better. So the NBA has to be rigged to a certain degree, fam. All sports have to be controlled to a certain degree. People don't want fairness as much as they want the perception of fairness. People don't want fairness as much as they want the perception of fairness. What up, Bamboo? So that's what people really want. They want the perception of fairness. They want it to look like everything is fair. You understand? If you are enjoying any aspect of the show, you can always pull up to the Cash App. Slap a hater. Do whatever you want to do. You can always pull up to the Cash App. Order the PayPal. Order the Super Chat if you are appreciating any aspect of the show.
Do players know or only the top? What you mean? Do players know what? That is rigged? Everybody should know that there's people affecting the game in, in aspects that organic things should be happening, but they're not organic. They're contrived. Uh, all players most likely know that. That's why I think some players don't even attempt to try to win. Like they're not even thinking about winning the championship. They really just thinking about going and putting in their time at the job and then going home. We get on one of those teams, or we get on one of those teams with that player, or one of those teams in that city. Now we're honestly thinking about winning the championship. So that part, yeah, honest with you. All right, I'm gonna let y'all go. Definitely, the whole world is rigged. Well, there's a lot of people with ulterior motives out here in the world. You feel me? So I'll say that. There's a lot of people with ulterior motives. And like I said before, many things that we think are organic are not organic. They're contrived. With that being said, I love y'all. Everybody have a beautiful day. We're gonna be live again today. I might just go live just to do a talk. I mean, not even to really do nothing. We might just go live just to go live. We're gonna go live probably just to go live today. Who knows? With that being said, I love y'all. Please, everybody have a beautiful day. Go do something important in the world. If you did appreciate any part or any aspect of the show today, we can always use some support. Pull up to the Cash App, the PayPal, or to the Super Chat. If you need any promotion today and you would like that promotion on the BBN page, all you got to do is hit me up. I'll do reshares today. They went back up to 20, but I'll do reshares today for 10. Hit me up. I'll do reshares Instagram and reshares or posting to our stories here, our shorts here for $10 today. So come get involved in the $10 jump off today. Get yourself a little bit of visibility here and there. People will see. Don't worry about it. With that being said, I love y'all. Like, comment, subscribe, join the notification gang. Hashtag Bronx Bombers. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you, and that's all I got in this one.